Hey, Cats fans, we did it again. They never tear us apart. They can't tear us apart. And Port Adelaide tradition continues. They get smashed by the Cats to the tune of about 12 plus goals. Don't we love it? Don't we absolutely love it? My name is Ben Reeve. You are watching POSTGAME Live. Thank you very much for tuning in. It is a Sunday night, and it is about 8:15 for those watching live. Thank you, everyone watching live in the chat. I've got a couple of people I can see. I can see Via's there. Who else can I see there at the moment? Roaming Craig, Spartacus is in the chat. Mark, Gary, how you going? Shadoo's here. Kate, hello, Kate, and Mighty Sparlock, and a few others. So thank you. Jump in the chat. Let us know who you are. I have posted the guest link. Feel free to come on, have a chat. What is POSTGAME Live? It's basically talkback radio with webcams. So we're going to talk all about the Cats tonight. We're going to get into the big result, the big 88-point win, and we'll have a chat with some favourites from the Hoops crew. Thankfully, my microphone's working this week. When I started the show last week, I did my opening little rant with no microphone, and that was a little bit embarrassing, but we've sorted that out and we're good to go. All right, before I get the first guest on, let me just fix my bloody screen here. Oh, there we go. All right, as I said, the Cats, 83-point winners over Port Adelaide tonight. 23 goals, 153 to Port Adelaide. 9 goals, 65. An absolute smashing, a percentage booster, dominant from the first bounce. Even though the first quarter was relatively close, you all had the sense that the Cats were going to run away with this one in the end, with all of Port's injuries. Jeremy Cameron was pretty good. 4 goals in the first half. They had about 6 Port Adelaide blokes on him for the whole game. And what has he got? 75 at the moment. He's absolutely flying at the moment. Jack Martin came on as the sub. Reece Stanley decided he'd had enough just after halftime, and Jack Martin decided to come on and kicks about 4 goals in 5 minutes, breaks the record for most goals in this century, I think it was, in a 5-minute span, or the most goals in that shortest amount of time. An absolute freak. And didn't the crowd love the Macarena or whatever it's called? Absolutely special stuff in the crowd. It was a pretty quiet crowd tonight, but anyway, Max Holmes is awesome. 35 touches, probably another 3 Brownlow votes, you'd think, for Max Holmes. The 35 touches tonight, absolutely dominant. 2 goals. Could have almost had a third as well. Just the siren beat him by about half a second. Unfortunately, he just missed out on that. He's looking pretty good. Just look after those hamstrings, Max. Just look after those hamstrings. And as you'd expect, Bailey Smith and Brian Myers stood up again. Brian Myers bobbing up for another 30-possession game. He's got a few now. He's starting to sort of nudge those high 20s, early 30s on a more of a regular basis, and we love it because he's absolute class. Geez, if we can get Brad Close up to 20 touches a game, we would be really flying. Shannon Pizza Neal, I should say, sponsored by the POSTGAME Live is sponsored by Shannon Pizza. Make sure you get down to Shannon Pizza as soon as you can. I think they are up until about 8. Well, they're probably closed by now, but get down there tomorrow. Actually, yes, definitely get down there tomorrow on Monday if you live in Geelong, because I think they do their little special day on Mondays as well. So, but thank you to them. And yeah, best comment in the chat gets a free pizza tonight. Even if you don't live in Geelong, give it to someone who does. That's fine. But Shannon Neal, 3 goals in the third quarter today. Was absolutely flying, grabbing everything, came his way. Missed 1 shot on goal, but other than that, he was pretty awesome there. Terrific. Tom Stewart was great again as well. Absolutely dominant in defence. Pretty much marked everything. Intercept king. Got a little bit of a concern there when he crashed into what's the guy's name again? Ollie Wines. Yeah, crashed into Ollie Wines. So he might have a case to answer there, possibly. Do we, as Geelong supporters, mind that he misses a week at this point of the year with Essendon to come next week? Probably not. Probably not, let's be honest. We probably don't really mind that much. But I think you'll probably get a week. I think it's that Maynard rule. They've cracked down on that now. So trying to smother in the air, crashed into Ollie Wines. He'll probably get a week. But rest up, I'd say. Osheen Mullen, having a laugh. Aren't you, Osh? You're having a laugh. Zach Butters, who the fuck is Zach Butters? 10 touches. We love you, Zach. Come to Geelong, but geez, you don't want to be playing against Osheen Mullen ever again. He absolutely gave you a bath tonight. So Zach Butters, sorry, mate. Osh is your daddy. He is your daddy. He'll put you to bed. He'll put your pajamas on you. He'll tuck you in. He'll read you a bedtime story because he is a good daddy and he is your daddy. Jack Henry, a good game from Jack, a solid game. but he took an absolute hanger in the fourth quarter. Hanger. Goal of the year. Mark of the year. Give it to him now. Absolutely. So what else have we got? A couple of before I get Kyri on, I'll read out a couple of things on Jack Martin because I know that's going to be a big story on the show tonight. A couple of things off Twitter in regards to Jack Martin. Cat Central says Jack Martin just turned Kidinia Park into Marvel Stadium. That was superhero stuff. At Geelong Faithful, 4 goals in 5 minutes. That's not a sub. That's a cheat code. Finals bound Cat says Martin's timing, touch, and swagger. Finals footy, here we come. Old school Cats fan. He's got Carlton Gold Coast fans crying into their scarves right now. Thanks, Carlton, for giving him away for nothing. That was great. And the Pivotonian, Jack Martin, is the spark we didn't know we needed, and now we can't live without. So, yes, we're still in the top 4, Cats fans, and good percentage boost. Adelaide's still a fair bit ahead of us. I'm still thinking we'll probably finish third, even if we win every game. We just need a few results to go away for a top 2 finish. But regardless, I think top 4 is looking reasonably solid. All right, enough of me. You're sick of me. Let's get, let me just get rid of that. Done. Beautiful. Let's get Kyri on and we'll have a chat all the way from Greece.
How are we, Ben?
I'm feeling great, mate. 88 points. Hashtag 88. That's another hashtag.
It's a new 119, isn't it, Ben? Oh, bloody, we own them. We absolutely own Port Adelaide, you know, at the Adelaide Oval, at Kidinia Park, anywhere, anytime. Oh, what a game that was, mate. Just absolutely fantastic. I mean, I'll be honest though, from the start, we looked a little bit shaky. I thought Port were applying some forward half pressure, and I thought, oh, come on, let's get the foot down, boys. But after halftime, we were never in doubt, was it there? Like, everyone did their role. I thought Max Holmes was brilliant. His ball use is getting better and better week by week. Oisin Mullen, I think he's the next Cameron Ling. He's such an elite tagger. You know, he's shut down Dacos. And now he's shut down Zach Butters to 10 disposals. So I think all the Oisin Muller naysayers, right? Where are you? Chat now. He's got a spot in the team at the moment. Jack Martin, absolute superstar. He's the X factor for the Geelong Football Club. 4 goals off the bench. You can't ask anything more than that. But yeah, it was a great comprehensive win. And it is tough life at the moment. Enjoyed here, having a frothy or two. Not sponsored, but fixed Hellas.
No, Valhalla Brewing, former sponsor of the Hoops Crew. Unfortunately, had to shut the doors on. But we still love you, Valhalla. Shannon Pizza is where it's at though these days. How's the pizza over there? Do they do a good pizza in Greece, mate? Or is it more the souvlakis?
I haven't tried a pizza here yet, but I had some amazing souvlaki the other night in Kefalonia, which was I'm currently in at Lefkada. It's our last island in Greece before we head to Croatia next week. But I've been having some amazing foods and amazing souvlaki, yeah, for sure. But not pizza yet, not pizza.
Dangerfield must be jealous because, well, last week it was Danger on the souvlakis, or we'll go with the souvlaki anyway. At halftime on the bench, he was into the souvlakis, and Reece Stanley came off just after halftime, and I suspect he was probably getting into them as well. If it's good enough for Danger, it's good enough for me. So he came off and had a front row to the Jack Martin show, which was great. And Jack Martin, I believe,
is Reece Stanley okay? Because I heard from some of the Twitter feed he might have had a hamstring tweak. Like, hopefully it's just precautionary, because I didn't watch the full game in and out in the second half. I just saw glimpses of it, but then hopefully it's not too bad. But if we manage Stanley, get Toby Conway in.
Well, it's Toby time. It's nearly Toby time. It probably is a good opportunity to give Toby a run. If not next week, then maybe the Richmond game in a couple of weeks. But yeah, I did. As I said, he came off, had a front row seat to the Jack Martin show, and Jack Martin, I believe I read his lips and said, "Get the fuck out of my way, Jezza. Get the fuck out of my way. I am here to take over this competition. It's all about me." And he just proceeded to tear the Port Adelaide Power apart. We do have a Port YouTuber in the chat. Apologies for that. We're just enjoying the Jack Martin show at the moment.
Mate, we could talk. As you know, we still until they could beat us in a grand final, it'll never get old, Ben. Honestly, like all my Port family and friends, it never gets old. I don't care if it's been nearly 20 years. We still own it. We still own it, mate. Let's keep it rolling until you beat us in the grand final.
Mate, we had the pre-game meetup today, and I'm so sucks that you weren't there, but we had the pre-game meetup for Ethan, who's chowing into some Shannon pizza as we speak. He literally is eating his Shannon pizza right now. And guess what table number? Guess what table number they gave us? Unless you saw it on the socials.
I saw it. 07.
07. Yep. Unfortunately, we were right next to 08, but we made sure we put that away. We nearly swapped that out for 09.
Yeah.
No, it's good. It's good, mate. It looks a good big win today. But as you said, after the first quarter, which was just a bit sort of an arm wrestle. Cats put the foot down.
And I'll be a bit of a pet peeve for this as well, because I don't want to be too negative, but the goal kicking, especially in the beginning of that second quarter, we got to patch that up. We did eventually in the second half, but I think if you're going to do that in the finals, you're going to get caught out. If we face the Crows, if we face the Brisbane Lions, I think because look, against North Melbourne last week, against Port Adelaide today, we got away with it because Port didn't really have a forward line. Well, they turned up in junk time. Mitch Georgiades getting some generous free kicks there, but you do that against a proper team like the Crows or Brisbane, Collingwood as well. I think the wheels are feeling off for Collingwood at the moment, but it's something we really got to fix because we could have won by a lot more. Could have won by 120 points, close to 130 the way we were kicking, dominating the stats inside and outside the contest, but got to clean up the kicking. But look, I can't complain. But
we're talking about you,
work on a bit.
Dyson Stengel in the first quarter, 0-3. But no, we can be a little bit nitpicky, and I'm sure Lucas will come on and hopefully he comes on a little bit later and absolutely tear shreds.
No doubt about it. He'll have a lot of things to say, and I talked to him throughout the match as well, and he thought this should have been a 100-point win as well. But hey, 88 points, I think the final margin was. We'll take it any day of the week. It's a very healthy percentage, and we've got the second best percentage behind the Crows at the moment.
And it's only going to get bigger, you'd think, with the two big games to come against the Bombers and Richmond. We're going to fill our boots a little bit there. All right, final thoughts, because I'm going to move this one pretty quickly tonight, and you've got to get back to knocking back more. What are you knocking back? What's it called? What are you drinking?
It's called Fixed Helles. So,
nice.
And I'll be heading back to the pool as well.
You've got a tough life.
So so I'll be doing that. I'll probably watch the replay of PGL afterwards as well. But I'll give you my 3, 2, 1s and my thoughts for next week. So 3 votes I'm going to give to Max Holmes. I thought he was absolutely best on ground for me. Another 30 disposal game, but I thought he brought some impact this time. He was much more cleaner with the ball. He kicked 2 goals, which was amazing as well. He's something I want to see kick more goals if he did that. 2 votes I'm going to give to Brian Myers. I thought he was outstanding again today. Like you said last week, absolute barometer. He reads the play, setting up his teammates. He's become one of our most important players in our team this season, but interested in the team in general. And I'm going to give one vote to Jack Martin because his impact off the bench was just absolutely phenomenal. And this is the stuff that we need come finals time as well. We need a spark in the forward line. We need a spark. Jack Martin just absolutely delivered, and but the space of the goals he kicked as well, it was just like a small burst. Just absolutely hurt the opposition, and I'll tell you what, Carlton could have used a forward like him today.
Owies as well, maybe.
But I know Jezza will be stiff to not get the votes, but you got to give more love to some of the other players as well. And it is a bit difficult when everyone's playing well. Tom Stewart, I thought, was much better today. I think he's going to be in a little bit of strife, like you said earlier, with the hit on Ollie Wines, and he's got to get that out of his game as well. I know with the bumping and all that, we've seen that on a couple of occasions, and he's gotten away with it. I think he's gone for the head this time. He's going to be in a bit of a strife, and I'm okay with that because we got, who is it, Essendon next week we've got?
Yeah, Essendon next. Well,
yeah,
the Essendon reserves. Yep.
Yeah, Essendon VFL team. So I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine without him. Gives him a bit of a rest. And Sam de Koning, I thought, did pretty well as well. He didn't have to do too much, but I know he was on Georgiades. I know he kicked 3 goals too, but he was getting free goals from the umpires. If it weren't for that, I thought he did his part. But yeah, I shared Mullen as well. Yeah. Shout out to him. Like I said again, the next Cameron Ling, he's found his role in the team, and that's the lockdown tagger.
He's the Irish Lingy. Well, we've already got an Irish Lingy. We've got 2.
And he's so close to kicking his first AFL goal, man. Like,
mate,
when's it happening?
And then he has to spot up friggin', was it Jack Bowes in the goal square or something like that? And it's like, mate, have a shot. You're 40 meters out, and he's like, no, I've got to do the same thing.
It's gonna happen. You know what? When it happens, I hope it happens at one of our home games. Be loud, be absolutely bloody loud. Cue the rattling bog as well. As much as I hate goals, music after the goals, I'm all for singing the rattling bog, mate.
So does Chris Scott, apparently. No, but we might actually storm the field twice. Once when Jezza kicks the 100, and then hopefully when O'Sheen kicks his first ever goal. That'd be great. It's getting on that sort of Mark Blake kind of territory. It was kind of back in 07, 08 or not, whatever it was, when Mark Blake had played 50 odd or 100 games and he hadn't kicked a goal. And it was like, come on.
If we play Crows first week of the finals, if Jezza gets to 100 goals there, I'll be storming out the field, mate.
Do it.
It'll happen 100%. Who cares about the band?
Put him on your shoulders. Who cares about the band? We do want to see you in September, though. We want you to cross the border and come over and watch a bit of finals footy with us, because.
Well, I'll be back in Australia in mid-August, so I'll be there just in time for the finals. So
beautiful.
Yeah, really hope we face the Crows in the first week, but wherever we make the grand final, I'll do whatever I can to be there on grand final day, mate.
I think if we'll either face the Crows in the first week or the third week. So you'll probably see. Well, it depends on how we go. If we win the first final, we're okay. You probably won't. You might have to come to Victoria for that one, but we might get a game in Adelaide Oval. It's looking likely. It's looking like a coin flip anyway, which is pretty good.
It is. It is.
Over in South Australia. Yeah. You'll have to catch up with our next guest. Maybe you can sit with our next guest in the crowd. Well, it won't be Port Adelaide, but you've got a mutual enemy, so you'll probably get along pretty well. Assuming they want to go on and watch Adelaide lose to Geelong, that'll be fine. Anyway, mate, you have a great afternoon or morning, whatever it is over there at the moment. So
it's 1:30 in the afternoon here. So
perfect.
But yeah, it's looking the late. I've been enjoying the trip, and it's been great watching the Cats. Been a good time zone as well. The earliest I watched was the Saints game, and that was 6 a.m. here. It's not like nice. Back home in Australia, I watch my soccer, watch Liverpool 2 or 3 a.m. So it's been a good time zone. So I can't complain at all.
Mate, you're a legend. We miss you. We can't wait to get you back, but enjoy your time over there. Maybe not once in a lifetime, but it's definitely some lifetime memories you're making at the moment, and have lots of fun, and hopefully we'll keep the Cats winning while you're away.
Thanks, Ben. Cheers.
On you, buddy. All right. Now, I'm not going to keep him waiting too long because he has come on from the opposition. And I don't have a song or a graphic queued up, but this is the Creed. G'day. How you going?
Yeah, Ben, how are you? Yeah,
Sorry for being a bit of an asshole. I just realised you were there, and I'm like, oh, I've gone too hard. But I'm having a bit of fun. Apologies.
Oh no, look, it is what it is. The same as that final last year where I popped on after having had a fair few more beers at that point. But yeah, no, I know what I'm getting into when I accept the invite to come here. But yeah, no, good to see you guys. And just like last year, you guys are flying. I'm in the depths of despair. So same as it ever was.
The chat's being very nice. Thank you, Shadu. Welcome, Oppo supporter. We do like a friendly chat, especially when Oppo supporters come on. So just put yourself in their shoes. It's not an easy thing, especially after a big loss as well. So appreciate you coming on. But obviously, Connor Rose laid out didn't help you guys today, and a few other injuries sort of out as well. But yeah, I think a lot of us neutral fans, I'm talking about sort of non-Port fans, probably thought this was going to be a year where maybe you'd finish top 6, top 4 maybe, and it's just sort of not ended the way you'd sort of not gone the way you'd hoped. But are you optimistic for next year at least, or is there some concerns?
Oh, yeah, I mean, ourselves on our podcast, we kind of said we're not sure we'll finish top 4, but we were hopeful for finals because we just think we might have dropped back at that little bit, and it's pretty tight at the top. And you always have those teams that come up. Unfortunately, our city rivals have been that team that's come up from the bottom half, stormed up actually.
Yeah.
As far as next year goes, look, there's whispers out there that Carr's going to come in and change. Like he's got a very different ideas of how he wants the team to play. Which, as you've seen today, Ken Hinkley has wrung this rag dry, and it's gone dry a fair while ago. Injuries have played a fair part. Like I mean, every team has their injuries, but we've just had core guy like Todd Marshall going down earlier in the year. While he hasn't been consistent, he's been kind of that second forward. So, and then, we just when we finally got our best side in the field, then we got 3 injuries in a game, including Pau Pepper going down. And it was just like guys that are kind of barometers in the team, Pau Pepper, then Horn Francis breaking his foot, somehow playing a half of football after that and ragdolling Harley Reid at contest. But then he's out for the season. And then, yeah, once we shut down Miles Bergman, it was kind of, which he was playing injured for a few weeks, I think, because he did drop off a bit and his shoulder he looked like he was sore, and then they finally shut him down when they realised the season wasn't going anywhere. And then, Rosie played with a broken hand in the showdown, apparently swelled up a fair bit, but it was illness. Like, I think he's okay to play, but yeah, it's all that stuff. And then just, it's, so if we get those injuries, if we have a good run at next year in the preseason, a few things change, I'm not optimistic we'll bounce back up to being a contender next year, but I'd like to think we could maybe challenge for finals. But I think there could be just that little bit of transition as we get into a new coaching era, I guess. After watching how bad we've been this year, it would be fraught with danger to go in with too much optimism next year. I think like temper expectation and hope to be surprised is where I'm going. So, yeah.
Well, you're probably feeling now like Geelong felt at the end of 2006. Not to say that there's an era there's a dynasty around the corner, but it is pretty hard to feel otherwise. Really, I don't hope that he goes to Port Adelaide, but there is whispers Wanganeen Malera could be looking at Port Adelaide. Now that would probably turn things around for you a little bit in terms of your optimism. If that happened, you'd be very, very happy. You'd probably hate Geelong even more. I think it's a bit of a joke going around that we've offered him a 10-year contract or something like. But if he turned his back on Port Adelaide and came to Geelong, I'm assuming you'd probably hate us even more than you do right now. But no, I think if he goes there, I think I could easily see Port Adelaide winning 7 or 8 more games next year and being right back in it. So it's a possibility.
Yeah, it's such a wild world in the trade rumors world that's kind of popped up over the last 5-10 years in the AFL. Like, as a kid, you never, like, I'm almost 38, and you never heard these kind of rumors popping up so much, especially with young players. But now it's just like we're constantly, now that the season's kind of over as far as a competitive spectacle for Port Adelaide fans, where that's all we've got is kind of the hope for the future. And yeah, a guy like Wanganeen Malera would be an absolute a huge off-season win, which would hopefully translate into the results on the field. if Butters went, it's one of those things I've actually kind of thought about it to myself. Like if Butters goes, but we get Nasiah, is that going to be like a, net negative? Like do we, just take that? But Butters is a year away, hopefully still, but who knows what will happen in the off season. But I don't know what Wangani Malera will do for the overall team immediately, but he'd be certainly one if you get him in this offseason, and that's like, the next 8-10 years with a star player like him alongside a Jason Horne-Francis who's of the same age, and a lot of the other young ones that we've got Miles Bergman for at least the next couple of years. So there's a good kind of spine through the side. It's just filling out that extra stuff that we just haven't quite got. The development of like a Willem Drew this year hasn't gone on the way we would have liked maybe, and a few of those other guys just but it hasn't been helped by just such a shaky side, and a little bit of malaise, I think, with the succession plan hasn't helped either. It's just been like we already know there's change coming, and as we know with listening to the talking heads in media, succession plans are fraught with danger, and some have good success with them, some don't.
I think we're all surprised that they've stayed the course with this one. Most of us thought they were going to pull the pin on Ken, or Ken would decide to, have a bit of an early holiday, but it hasn't happened. You mentioned Zach Butters, and I'm not going to stir the pot anymore and about potentially him coming to Geelong, but I do want to ask you, bring it back to today's game. I don't know if you noticed who was on him, but there's a lot of love in the chat and a lot of love from the Geelong community about a player called Oisin Mullen, number 34, that predominantly, I think it was mostly Oisin on him today, but kept him to 10 touches. Did you notice him? Are you aware of Oisin Mullen, or because he's had some absolutely huge scalps this year, and a boy from County Mayo in Ireland, and absolutely starting to tear it up after he was a bit of a whipping boy for the Cats.
Yeah, no, I have noticed. I've noticed the chat certainly on Twitter about him over the course of time. I just, when you're in footy Twitter, you kind of, even if you're not following accounts, you just see different posts about players and whatnot. And I'm certainly aware of him. I did see one Geelong guy, AFL Glicko, and the stats guy, he kind of said with Rosie going out, it's almost a free hit just to put Oisin on Butters, because there's just no one that we just have. When you take Bergman's out, who kind of had taken on a fairly big midfield role and was helping add a little bit of dynamism there, with just not even being able to throw. Horne-Francis hasn't played a whole lot of in-depth midfield minutes this year, but he's just a good lever to pull, and we've just had. When you just take so many guys out of there, it's just like, Butters is the real only danger point we had for you guys today. Ollie Wines is going to work hard and probably was our best today. Travis Boak will work hard and got 24 disposals, but, the actual point of danger that you guys had to worry about was all Zach Butters today. And it was smart to throw someone to really stick to Butters and to take him out of the game, and he did it really, really well. Like Butters, I think, he had 10 disposals. You don't see Butters get those kind of numbers in the last 2-3 years, even in his early
competitive in the first quarter, but he just sort of really sort of just couldn't get in the game after that first quarter.
I did miss the first most of the first half because I went to the AFLW side at their last practice match today, so I went to that and caught the second half of the men's game. So I have to admit I haven't seen all the footage of today, but I did catch the second half, which was a great half to catch. It's very sarcastic from me, but yeah.
Last quarter was a bit better, but still, it was just kind of a nothing.
I got to see the Jack Martin show. What did he break the record for the quickest four goal haul or something like that? I saw
5 minutes 17 seconds, I believe it was. So Jack Rewalt was the previous holder of that about 12 years ago, something like that. So. You did put about 6 defenders on Jeremy Cameron today, and he still kicked 6 goals. Does your level of respect for that guy, and he's seeing him play against your team? I mean, we all watch the superstars in the AFL, do their thing from a distance, and we, but when you see him against our own teams, I think you have a greater appreciation for how good they are, and he can't be stopped at the moment, can he? He's a freak.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him a few times this year, actually. Like I was at the gather-round game watching you guys beat the Crows, and then saw him kick 7 on us after Lockie Jones' hamstring pinged in that the home game earlier this year in what was terrible weather. I was at that game as well. I've seen you guys win at Adelaide Oval almost as much as I've seen Port win there over the last 12 months, to be honest. Yeah, look, and now I've watched him for a long time. I remember watching him at GWS, just as a footy lover watching, you watch footy and he was great there, but he's gone to another level. You guys have kind of just worked out. You play to his strengths really well, letting him kind of play his game like that, just the way he can move around in that forward 50 and at least even help up the field as well. And just you let him be Jeremy Cameron. And that's what you've got to do when you've got a special talent like that, is to let him be who he is and facilitate that, whilst you've also got other guys that have their own special talents and just work towards their strengths. And it all comes together in what apparently is you just beat us by at least 12 goals every time. Like ever since like between the qualifying last year and the 2 games this year, it's at least 12 goals every time. So
yeah. No, you'll turn it around and it's just at the moment Geelong's kind of having their way with the Port Power, and I feel bad, but I appreciate you coming on to sort of talk about it a little bit, and it must be hard, but if you could for a moment, again, keep it on Geelong, who the 3 Cats players that stood out to you, and any other final thoughts you have before I let you go?
I mean, having only watched the second half, I mean, Martin stood out to me, which him just coming on as a sub apparently, and then kicking because I kind of rolled in at that point when he started kicking goals. Holmes always stands out. I'm trying. I mean, I was noticing Mullen as well, because I got in there and had already heard on the radio on the way down that he was having a decent game on Butters, and then I got in and was kind of keeping an eye on that matchup because I wanted, as watching our team, you're watching Butters a lot, and then seeing him just get stuck. I think if you can take Butters out of the game, that's a real standout for me. So from your side, and then and Jezza as well was just not that he had his he still kicks a bag of goals, but I would have thought probably
he never misses. He never missed. He had 11-1 last week, 6-1 this week, and I felt fairly confident he didn't miss the week prior, 3 weeks ago. So he's on a rare vein of form.
That's what about him, because we talked about we were talking about the Coleman race a few weeks ago when we were just hoping it would be a race with Georgiades, and at that point 3-4 weeks ago, I think I brought up stats of how many set shots Georgiades had, and Georgiades had the most set shots in the competition. He just is while he's accurate, he can just drop his shoulder, or just his mechanics sometimes get a little bit slack. And I just said, then I looked at, I can't remember what Cameron's stats are now because it was 4 weeks ago when we talked about this in the podcast. But I was just like, Cameron's, both his ability to score consistently from open play, because I think a lot of his shots were from general play as well as his accuracy from set shots, is just what makes him special as a forward. Is he does both, and he just has an eye for goal regardless of whether he's doing the traditional big forward set shot or if he's roaming around, crumbing around in general play as well. It's amazing to watch, and you guys are very. It's very, very blessed to have gone from having a forward like Tom Hawkins skulking around there for a decade, and then you just kind of have that crossover into Jeremy Cameron for the next few years. That's great recruiting by you guys. Not doing any. I'm not going to do any facetious Morris Finance jokes or anything like that.
We lean into it anyway. Want to farm? Does Butters like farming? I don't know.
He posted a lot from he posted a photo on his Instagram story the other day. I think he must have been in Darley on his motorbike in a paddock, and I was just like, God damn it, Butters likes farms. Geelong's just throws farms at everyone. So Butters is probably going to Geelong. That was a little spiral I had a couple of nights ago when I saw that. So but Cameron's been incredible for you guys. So he'd be one that was impressive today. But I think Holmes. Was it Holmes your leading disposal getter? I'm trying to remember. He was the other. He was the one that stuck out for me.
He's probably put himself in the top 10 of the Brownlow. I'd say he's probably. I think he's in the 10th favourite at the moment, but he's really, really come on in the second half of the year, and his disposals are just. It was probably the shot on him that he's great at meters gain. He got a stack of the footy, breaks the lines. Just sometimes skills by foot weren't great, but that's starting to improve recently. It's just the other sort of big question heading into September when the whips are really cracking is, will his hamstrings hold up? But look, I think Port, as I said before, I think Port's going to. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to bounce back next year, but I wouldn't. It's probably just want the season to be over at this point, but I feel like Port does have a list that is capable of turning things around pretty quickly. So we'll see what happens in the preseason. We'll see what happens when the draft rolls around, and the the crazy period where, people are moving clubs left, right, and centre. We'll, Wanganeen Malera will completely turn it around if he decides to walk through those doors, and that might even mean Butters stays, all that sort of stuff. So October is going to be an interesting time, and what's his name's going to take the reins of the club, and with Ken sort of moving on, and
Josh Carr.
it's another era. Exactly, Josh Carr. Exactly. Sorry, momentarily forgot his name.
No, you're right. I mean, he's on our mind both as a beloved. He was one of my favourite players back when he was playing for us. Never lost a showdown as a player, so I'm hoping that can start translating into that rivalry as well. But yeah, no, looking forward to him taking over, and new era ahead. And that's all you have as sports fans when you're down in the dumps, is like, at least as one of our Twitter followers on in the Port Twitter world, he said the sun's still going to come up tomorrow, which I facetiously said you can't promise that, but yeah, we will be looking forward to 2026 with as you go into every season, everyone's on 0 points, so there's always hope.
You will rebuild. Look, I appreciate you coming on, and thank you, chat. For the most part, a couple of you were a bit nastier, but for the most part, the chat was pretty good. It is hard work coming on an Oppo supporters channel after a 12-goal dropping, so appreciate that. Hopefully, you get a couple of wins to finish the year off. That'd be nice. And we'll have a chat. Anytime you need us to come on, make sure you check out the Creed YouTube channel. Everyone, is it a YouTube channel or a podcast? I can't remember.
It's a podcast, and we post them up on YouTube as well. But it's mainly a podcast at the moment. I'd love to start doing more, but it's a podcast at the moment. Just weekly reviews, and mainly gallows humor at the moment with how the season's been going. So yeah.
Oh well, you probably talk a little bit about Geelong on your podcast this week. So if anyone,
we will. Yeah. Geez, Jeremy Cameron's good again, isn't he? Fuck. Yeah, that'll be.
He's good at playing football, that Jeremy Cameron. Mate, really, really appreciate it. Thanks heaps. Enjoy your Sunday night, and sorry we couldn't let you have the win tonight, but it is what it is.
Just beat the Crows whenever you play them in finals, and it will be square for us at this point.
Don't worry, we will.
Yeah. By the way, just one piece of advice I wanted to say, because the lad that was on before mentioned running onto the field if Jeremy Cameron scores his 100th at Adelaide Oval. I was there the night that Fraser Gehrig scored his 100th in the prelim in 2004, and that little break in time let Port get a reset and got us back into the game. So maybe it's probably going to be not just one person's decision, but maybe keep that in mind. If you've got to run on them, don't give them a break.
Good advice. We'll keep that in mind. It might be hard.
That's it. Yeah.
Hopefully we're 40 points up at that stage, and it's just a bit of fun at the end. But I don't think it's going to happen anyway. I think Jezza just sometimes doesn't get it. He loses interest in games at times, especially if the 100's not on the cards anymore. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Mate, enjoy. Thanks again. Appreciate it. We'll have a chat with you at some stage next year, I'm sure.
Yeah, no worries. Have a good night.
Good on you. Very good. Very good. Thank you for coming on. And thanks, chat, again, for being pretty nice. Don't be nasty. It is hard work coming on. All right. Let's get the Vellas on. I still don't have a special song for the Vellas. I need to sort that out, but here they are. Hey, guys.
How's it going?
Pretty good. What did you think of that one?
That was pretty entertaining.
What you got there, Bianca? Is that some Irish thing you've got on? The green. It's green.
What do you got? It's
Trunganina Thunder FC.
Yeah.
I can see something behind you, Bianca. Are we gonna make a big deal about the new poster?
They didn't let us bring it in.
They didn't?
Nah, it didn't. Oh. The AFL integrity unit did not allow it.
That's nasty.
No.
So well, we are a little bit more generous on the Hoops crew on PostGame Live.
Let's free it. Free the bird.
Yeah.
So, Andrew Dillon, that's for you, mate. Yeah, thank you. But yeah, all good.
He wanted to go home after that.
Barry Drinks enjoyed it, so they've shared it.
So what happened to the poster? Did you just put it in storage for an hour or two or something?
Car. Take it back to the car.
So you walked all the way back to the car?
Yeah.
Wow.
But the people loved it. Everyone that saw it didn't have a problem with it.
Beautiful.
People asking for photos. So.
I'm sure Basil will probably see it on socials at some point if he hasn't already seen it. He'll show it some love.
Yeah.
All right, take me through the game, Bianca. What did you like today?
Everyone played their part. He really liked O'Sheen today. Your man, O'Sheen.
Yep.
What do you got? You got your notes?
I thought Sam de Koning played one of his better games. Martin, wow. We were like, Martin kicked a goal. Great. Who's going to kick the next one? Martin. All right. 2 in a row. Next. Oh, my God. Martin again. Not a fourth. Martin kicks another one. And I'm like, calm down, man. All right. All right. We want Jezza to kick his 100th, but...
At that point, we're all screaming, Shannon Neal, Jeremy Cameron, clear out.
Mhm.
Leave Jack Martin, one out in the forward line. We're watching something special.
Get out of his way. Get
that
out
was
of his
funny.
way.
It was that was great to see. Like the crowd dug it as well. It was the loudest they got when it was like you felt bad for the Port defenders. It was like, what is going on?
Ended 5 minutes and 16 seconds. Not
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
We had in the Fremantle game at the start of the year, Murphy Reed did something similar. I don't think it was 4 goals in 5 minutes, but
Yep.
he absolutely blitzed it in a 10-minute period there as well. But what is it about Cardinia Park this year? It's just a goal fest for some players. And even Shannon Neal, it was a Shannon Neal show to start off with. And he was marking everything that quarter, wasn't
Yeah, he was good.
He got 7 marks. He was just clunking everything.
Yeah.
Yep. He
He
was.
was really good tonight.
Definitely.
Right.
He's coming on really fast, isn't he? And how old is he now? 22 or something like that?
Yeah.
He had a birthday the other day. Happy birthday, Shannon Neal. Make sure you get down to Shannon Pizza and get your free pizza if you haven't already used your voucher. So,
Now, Dad, I was thinking...
I've got a perfect video of him taking that hanger over Zirk Thatcher.
oh, wow.
So, put him on a poster. It was
Dad.
beautiful.
I thought of a new sign that the Hoops crew were like,
What's that?
Shannon marking a pizza.
There you go. How much do we have to pay for that?
Copyright. All right.
Okay. I need something. Hang on that side. Yeah, I'll get it on that side. I need something.
I'll get on to it.
Invoice me.
I'll get on.
Bex requested it.
Okay. Done.
Did you
I'll
see? No one's talked about the mark in the fourth quarter. I went the Jack Henry mark. Did you see that one?
Oh, yeah.
There was a few. What about it? Yeah, it was
Connor
O'Sullivan.
O'Sullivan's.
Connor. Oh yeah, Connor's one. Yeah, that's right.
That was just showtime. Like, see what happens when Port don't have a Sava Radaglia. Just like,
Missing link.
the whole team just falls apart.
They
No Sava, no Port.
That's
they
it.
had injuries, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Didn't know that Connor Rosie wasn't playing. That kind of gave us an advantage.
So he didn't want to play. So
No.
He thought he was going to get cooked. But we should have won by a lot more. We just didn't kick straight.
yeah,
No, we could have won by. We could have been in front in the first quarter by about 3 or 4 goals.
yeah.
But our our little All-Australian Tyson was a little bit off. I
He
was
still
saying
did too.
on the way home, we would have been absolutely praising him if he had, because he was everywhere tonight. He got a stack of it. But if he had to kick 3 or 4 or 5, we'd be loving him. He'd be in the votes and all that. He's just, that first quarter just a little bit off, and gets a bit frustrating.
Yeah. Game of inches.
Game of inches. Yep.
Bad kicking, bad football.
What else did you like, Bianca? Who were some of the players that stood out for you tonight or today?
Goes back to the notes.
Go back to the notes. That's what they're there for.
The notes.
It's all in my head. I cheat, Bianca, because I've got AFL.com open, so I just go straight to the stats. I'm a cheater.
Give us something.
Brian Myers.
He's good, isn't he?
Tell us.
He's had a good 2-week patch. You speak while I find
Do you like his song,
who's.
Brian Myers? I don't
Ole,
think you even know it.
ole, ole.
Damn, you're too young for that. Damn.
What song?
It's all right. Oh man, I'm old.
Huh?
He's got the Cup of Life. It's a soccer song,
Huh.
so it's okay. Yeah, I thought it was good.
Ricky Martin.
Ricky Martin,
Jack
yeah.
Bowes.
You like Jack Bowes?
Bose? Jack
What
Bose?
do you like about Bowes?
The way he came off the ground, he also scored a couple of goals, which was cool. You talk or I find it.
What else you got?
Sean Manor.
Sean Manor was
Shawnee.
good. Yes.
Yeah, good.
Manor was pretty clean today.
He's
wasn't
another
he?
one that's had a good fortnight.
Yes.
Shawnee.
Just the good. What I liked about today, he didn't try to do too much. He was from what I saw, just clean with the ball. Didn't try and just take everything on. Just calm down, breathe, and yeah, he was good. I'll have to watch the replay, but from what I saw, I think he had 26 disposals maybe or something. I thought I saw on the screen and played a good link man. What else you got?
Lawson Humphries.
Lawson's
Lawson.
always good.
He's well rested, Lawson, after being the sub last week.
Yeah.
What about big baby Guthrie?
Oh, how did I not get that?
Hulk.
That's
As some
another,
people call him.
that's another one. He took some great marks in the back line, we could see.
He did
Yep.
some things really early when the game was hot.
Early
Yep.
or late?
Early when you thought that he was in trouble, and just some of the efforts were just like
Don't know how I did not get that, but
took the game away from him. Because
Is there anyone in the VFL, Bianca, that, because this is really hard. Geelong really hasn't changed their team much lately, and maybe Tom Stewart
there was
comes
no
out.
George
But
Stevens.
George, do you think George should play finals for Geelong, or do you think the team that we've got now is pretty good?
I think he's not experienced enough to play finals, but that's just my opinion. It could be Chris Scott's opinion could be different. But what's your opinion?
No, I think that's it. I think that team's pretty much locked in now. I haven't heard what happened to Reece. That wasn't an injury.
Hamstring tightness.
Also, that was tightness, was it?
I don't know. I just guess.
I need to find out if there was an injury or whether it was literally tactical. Because I think
Toby Conway.
Conway is the only one that
Not Mitch Edwards.
could. No, Toby Conway is the only one that could sneak in. I don't see it happening, but it could happen.
I'm just looking up Reece Stanley on Twitter at the moment, just seeing what everyone's saying about him.
Like, who we got? Next up, we got Essendon.
I mean,
Is it?
yeah, Essendon, then Sydney, then Richmond.
I
think.
mean, yeah. I mean,
Reece
this week would be
Stanley-
a great week to put Conway in if you want to get a look at him. But Reece
Yeah.
was okay.
It's probably the time, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, Reece hasn't done anything wrong. He's really saved us this year. I was shocked that he got a new contract, but he's been really good. We'd be lost without him this year. So
Yeah.
he came through for us. So he'll get another contract for next year too, if he wants it. He's going to break our games record.
Oh,
He's going to break the record for the game. Just keep going. Get him to 300.
he's
Yeah, well, we could get him there. Surely we can.
Let's get him there. Yeah. Who knows? He might come out and be all Australian next year. just gets it done.
I want to know because the club hasn't said anything about it. I'm not sure if they asked Chris Scott in the press conference, but they usually do. Like, oh, is there anything with Reece Stanley? But Chris Scott his answer is usually, I don't know. Talk to the medicos. I don't get involved in that stuff. I make a deliberate attempt to not get involved in that. It's the same old stuff he always says. But
yeah,
we love him. But yeah, he's very predictable in his press conferences. I want a bit of flavour there from Chris. But do you reckon he would have been happier with Sam De Koning? Because he did throw his bottle last week, Bianca, when Sam De Koning did some things that were maybe a little bit undisciplined. And I don't know if he'd be a little bit happier with him this week or just as grumpy, because Chris has been a grumpy boy lately. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, did we notice? I don't think we noticed De Koning that much. We saw him get a couple of Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
When-
saw him get a couple of nice punches.
Yeah.
And but I guess when the team's flying like they were today, there's not really much for you to do. Just enjoy the ride.
Like the defenders just did their part.
Just
The
yeah.
midfielders and the forwards, the ball was all there over there.
Yeah.
If the defenders were just chilling, the ball's done there.
It'll get harder. But
It'll get harder. Tom Atkins broke the record today, I believe. We need to show Tom Atkins some love. He got only 4 tackles though, but I believe he's got the most tackles in a home and away season after today. So
Congratulations.
very good.
well done, Tom.
But only 4. What's wrong?
Only 4 though.
Usually
Tom,
you get 12.
Matt Rao's coming. Matt Rao is coming hard with a wet sail.
Not good enough.
Not good enough. Come on, Tom. You got to hunt. You got to hunt that footy, Tom. He knows more about tackling than us, but we want that record. He probably deliberately doesn't want it because he doesn't like attention. He doesn't like to be the center of attention. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, did you like Paddy Dangerfield's game? He was marking the ball really well. He did his little. This is what he does when he goes to mark.
Yeah,
He
he
does.
does.
He does a little
Yeah.
flick at the end, and even when he
Yeah.
does a test mark, it's like that as well. But is Paddy back? Do you reckon? Because he's been a little bit off since his milestone game, but he's
Much
showing
better
signs to me that he was pretty good tonight. He could be on the way back.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, much better today. Shared it around like he
Yeah.
gave a goal to gave a couple off, didn't he?
One
Yeah.
to Jezza. Jezza just
Once together?
conveniently ran past. Well
Yeah.
done, Jez. I'm sure Danger could have kicked it from 5 metres out, but just run past all that sort of stuff.
Absolutely. Load him up. The ton is on.
The ton is on. All right, let's get you 3, 2, 1s before because you got school. You got school tomorrow, I'm assuming. So
Yes,
we'll get you 3, 2, 1s.
Thank goodness. Okay, 3, 2, 1s. I'll go 3 Max Holmes, 2 O'Shea Mullen, 1 Jack Martin.
Cool.
Just
Yep.
because that moment, those 4 goals,
Yeah.
that was funny. That was like, I want to watch it. Can't wait to watch that again because the crowd loved it. Like, just wondering. I thought he was going to get 5, I swear.
Now, Max Holmes has got so much love. He is not in my votes today. I
Not
gave
in
him
the
No,
some-
what, Bianca? Outrage. The chat is going to explode.
Not good enough. Just not good enough for Bianca. Just like, you know what? No. That's all right. They're your votes. Come on.
Your votes. You're allowed to vote however you want.
1 O'Shea Mullen, 2 Jack Martin, and 3 guess.
You go.
Brian Myers.
3 for Brian Myers. Lots of love for Brian Myers. That's good.
You like
I like it. I didn't see it that way myself at the game, but I thought Grimes had better games. But I judge Grind really, really highly now. So I think he's probably one of our best 3 players at the club.
He's the Messi of the AFL. So
I still think our best, most important player, I should say, is Mark Blitzarves because he does everything so well at such a high level. And then I'd probably have Jezza and then maybe Brian after that. Those 3 of them for me are the ones that are probably going to help us win the premiership. I mean, everyone helps, but those are the 3 that you absolutely need going really well. Yeah, I'd love to see it. Essendon next week. Quick prediction on that one.
We should win by 100 points.
What does Clubber Lang say, Brendan?
Pain.
Pain.
Oh man, you'd think 100 like is a minimum, but you don't want to get like, come on, it's Essendon. Like, come on, God. Like, I hate these games though. Like,
They beat us in the preseason at home.
Yeah, but like, you don't want to go in just like too cocky because at the end of the day, was it 23 on 23? But seriously, like
It's their VFL team.
it should be a bloodbath. But we'll see if they rest a couple of players. Maybe bring George in. Let George get the 3 Brownlow votes this week, and Toby Conway. Why not?
Bring
Yeah.
George in so he can get the Rising Star nom, and then
He was
and then
robbed.
win the Rising Star.
Absolutely robbed. They gave it to Isaac Kako, didn't they?
Yep.
That week, they did that week, yeah.
Absolute joke.
Ridiculous.
Joke. Hopefully, is he eligible next year? I don't know if he is, but if he is, he's gonna.
He probably is. It's only his second year, so I'd say, yeah, 100%. He is eligible next year. He's probably going to be the favourite.
I think so.
Stevens.
Any final thoughts from you two before I let you go?
Yeah, what's the odds for the premiership? Let's start getting the.
Let's get in the queue again.
Tell them about it. We'll tell them about it.
Today at football, I cooked.
You cooked.
Tell them.
What? Tell us. Talk us through
So
it.
the last quarter, I was in the midfield. Yeah, I got the ball at least 11 times, and then
Not
near the
counting.
end, I kicked a massive goal.
Really?
Then in the third quarter, I took a specky over 4 people.
Love it. And I'm sure Dad's got footage of it. And it's
This is the thing. I was actually the last month I've been trying to take care of the defenders, the back line.
Yep.
So I sit behind the goals and just, make sure they're staying on their man and stuff like that. So when Bianca got moved to the midfield, I wasn't watching her. I was just like,
oh no.
back line, keep doing this. And all of a sudden I hear everyone go crazy. And I'm like, what happened? And I'm watching Bianca bursting out back to the midfield, just like going absolutely nuts. And I'm like, I just missed a goal. She just kicked a goal and I missed it. And after the game, one of the parents said, don't worry, I've got it on video. So
thank goodness.
they passed me the video and it's pretty.
Is it already on the socials or?
It's on socials, yeah.
We'll have to check that out after the show tonight. I
It's
might
pretty
give it
good. It's very Ablett-esque.
Ablett-esque.
On the boundary.
You grabbed it out of the ruck and then put it under the arm, gave a fend off, a launch from 60 metres and bounced it through.
It's pretty good for a 9-year-old, yeah.
9-year-old. Only 9 more years. You're halfway to 18. You're nearly there. You're nearly eligible for the draft.
Yeah. But you played 2 games this weekend. Tell them about Friday night.
I played under 14 girls.
Wow. How'd you go in that one? It was a step up, that level?
Yeah. Big girl, got big teenage girls. But you wouldn't have known it that she was just 9. She was really, really good. So and she loved it. Like under lights on a Friday night, the smell of Pies beer, just like I was loving watching it, loving the atmosphere and everything.
They had such a good cheer squad. Seriously.
We are all following you. Everyone in the Hoops crew loves following your journey, Bianca, and we will try to get to one of your games one day if you'll have us. We'd love to. I know I've talked to Paul about it, and we'd love to get along and support you and hold it up, make a sign, and all that sort of stuff. So we'll try to do that. If it's not this year, it'll definitely be next year. So
that sounds.
Yeah. We'll bring everyone. We'll have a Hoops crew meet up for you, and we'll just we'll bring everyone. We'll get Ethan back from America. He's still in Australia, but I'll get him on next, and we'll be able to hear about his adventures in Australia soon. But no, thank you for coming on again. Sadly, we've got to go back to school tomorrow, but at least we'll be able to go to bed tonight. Enjoying this nice Geelong win, and maybe Dad put the replay on again, and that's the way to do it. Just go to bed watching Geelong highlights. It's the way to end your weekend. Thanks very much, guys.
What do we say?
Go Cats!
Go Cats. Very good. All right, let's cue it up.
America, fuck yeah, coming again to save the motherfucking day. Yeah, America, fuck yeah. Freedom is the only.
It still gets me laughing every time. Welcome, Ethan, to Postgame Live again. And welcome to your second or third week in the country.
Second.
Your first experience.
Second week, yeah.
Second week. First experience at GMHBA Stadium. What was that like?
I did not realize it's one of the nicer stadiums, actually. In terms of like food and beverage options, sight lines are really good. Was nice to see the fans get up in the second half when Jack Martin got on his roll. That was really cool.
was great. I'm glad you saw that because it doesn't happen very often. 4 goals in 5 minutes. It's crazy.
Swamp said like fastest 4 goals in the 21st century.
Yep.
And
Who's got
the
the
one
record
Murphy
for that?
Reed had against us earlier this year, I think, is like the 5th fastest. So pretty cool that we've now outdone that.
It's insane. And he just come on. You just come off the bench for Reece Stanley. Have you heard anything about Reece Stanley? Was it a tactical sub or is
Totally
there
tactical.
Okay.
So I can attest to a lot because I had the opportunity to actually go into the rooms post game.
We have to hear all about this. I'm going to shut up, and you're just going to tell us all about. Take as long as you need. And
First
as much
off, here
detail.
the Messi shirt has now been signed.
Not bad.
Got to meet a bunch of the guys, chatted a bunch with Jack Henry's family. Everyone, and I had a similar feeling Friday, like when I was at the VFL out at Whitten Oval and talking with, like, GWS's whole team was there because they were all flying back together after, reserves, seniors, everybody. Everyone's just so down to earth. It's amazing. It's like you will never have, you don't have like the trust fund babies, do you know who my father is or any of that? Like everyone's just been so friendly and just continued an amazing experience. It was really funny, by the way, seeing Reese was just chatting, got a photo with him towards the end. He was just talking with one of his friends about work they were going to do on the farm this week, which is just so incredibly on brand.
It's typical Reece. You love it. You love it. He's not putting it on.
Yeah. As for the game itself, first off, I never gave my votes last week because I had been at Showdown, hadn't watched it. So I'll give those real quick. 1, Shannon Neal. 2, Bailey Smith. 3, Jeremy Cameron. Polished turd for last week, Cam Zurhar.
Mm-hmm.
North last week, there were a couple of times early this year when we had blown teams out, Frio, Essendon, where I thought, we didn't play all that well. We were actually really good last week.
Yeah, we were.
I thought today we were all right. We adjusted after the first quarter on clearances. That was the biggest thing. Because I noticed, and I had a great view of the center bounces, Port were trying like some crisscrossing action kind of to shake guys like off of that first touch following the hit out. And once we keyed in on that, I think we were a lot better at just defending clearances altogether. Ollie Wines was good for them, and we put Brian on him second half, which tells you, he's been our top pressure guy lately.
Ryan, he's half the size. Ollie Wines is a huge man when you see him in real life.
Yeah.
I'm shocked about how big he is. I knew he was a thick boy, but I didn't think he's an absolute beast. So you saw Brian in the rooms as well. Come back to Brian for a moment. What was that
he
like?
now has the signed photo. So for those of you that weren't at the meetup today, by the way, Little Creatures, great beers. Pizza looked great. Didn't have that, but do have Shannon Pizza right here.
Yeah.
Got the walk there. Got the meatball pizza.
Nice.
Really good. Can now attest to it myself.
I can't go now. It's the best part. I called the pizza dude. All right.
Sorry. Good pizza. They do a good pizza at Shannon Pizza.
Yeah. But where was I?
Sorry, my bad. Grind Myers.
Yeah, so got to chat with him. Brian Harambe, the cat, obviously, he can't handle a 10-minute car ride. He can't handle an 11-hour flight followed by a 6-hour flight. So got him a signed, had him sign a photo. It's got his paw prints on it and gave it to Brian. And now he has it. Apparently there's also a baby in New Guinea named Brian. I did not know this. So that's pretty cool too. And just surreal experience actually being here, seeing this in person. I mean, last week, it's been like, last night at the G was terrific too. Like between just seeing 82,000 there and Bobby Hill taking a hanger and then Logan Morris going off, Cam Rayner kicking a dribbler, the whole everything these first week and a half has been pretty unreal. And I don't know if we played quite as well as we did last week, but we did more than enough.
Yeah, it wasn't the same style of. I mean, the different opponent, you're going to play a different way as well, and they force you to play certain ways too. But it's just Geelong is finding ways to put on big margins against some pretty average teams. I thought Port was probably just a slightly below a middling team, but really the wheels are starting to fall off now, aren't they?
Injuries hit them hard.
Yeah. Careful, Ben. You don't want to be calling teams middling.
No, we don't.
But injuries, I mean, between Bergman was breaking out this year, Horn Francis, Rosie, Radigalea, Marshall's been out all year, Powell Pepper, it's a lot. And it kind of was a similar flow to their game last week against the Crows, where they just started to fall off before halftime, and then it really came apart. I thought they did have a few individual bright spots. I thought Wines was probably their best today. Lord played much better than last time. That was nice to see. Georgiadis was all right. And before he got hurt, I liked what Burgoyne was doing, but they've got a lot of guys out there right now that just wouldn't be getting games. I mean, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the 9 lowest rated players on ground, and we had the top 8. So that kind of goes to show you they're playing probably a pretty good handful of guys, would be the sort of guy you'd like to just have as, your sub. And instead they've got, that's a third of their team right now.
Yeah. Yeah, when you've got that many out, it's you do your best, and they tried hard for the most part, but you knew
they were competitive. There was no,
you knew it was coming though, didn't you? You knew
they didn't mail it in. Like I thought North last week looked totally disinterested in most of the game. I thought tonight Port showed some fight. They just couldn't keep up, and the fourth quarter was kind of just all right. Everyone kicked goals everywhere.
Yeah, they just bury them. Look, Port is they're a football team that has a lot of pride in their performance, and unfortunately, it's just too much. It's just been a tough year for them, and they couldn't. It was just going to come and hit them pretty hard when Geelong got 4 goals up. You just felt like, oh, here we go. Are they going to be able to fight through this? Probably not.
Latter parts of the second quarter really felt like we started pulling away, and then I think it was third quarter was maybe my favorite sequence. I forget whose goal it was on. I'm going to have to go back and check, but it started with Max Holmes kicking way across to Bailey Smith. I was like,
yeah,
took another 3 or 4 kicks before we scored, but that was the kick that opened it all up.
Oh, it was gorgeous. There was a couple of those connection plays. It was like, oh, that is just we're on. It got a bit sloppy at times as well, and especially that fourth quarter, which often happens. What's your experience been like seeing the game of Australian rules football in person as opposed to the television? Like seeing the whole the view, not just that what the television wants to show you and what the commentators are highlighting in their coverage. What's the difference in that been? Has it been significant, or is it what you thought it was going to be?
There are definitely things that you see better on TV and things you see better in person. Like, for example, the interchange bench.
Yeah.
Much easier to tell in person who's coming on and off at all times, basically. When play goes down to the other wing, that can be, and there's like a quick handball sequence down the wing, that can be really easy to miss from in person. Because, on TV, camera will be zoomed in on that, get a nice view of it. And I guess some of the clearance stuff is a little easier to see in person on TV. Though I will say last night, watching the Collingwood-Brisbane game, had more appreciation for Josh Dunkley than I do on TV because of his role just to limit the other team's big guns.
Yeah. No, he's a
And
star.
definitely got more of that from the in-person experience than you do from the TV experience.
Who was that other Brisbane bloke? I'm just going to. Last night they were all just talking about him, and I just thought he was. Who is this guy? I've heard of him before, but I didn't really give him. Oh, the internet's not working. Come on.
McCluggage had a brilliant game.
Yeah, not McCluggage, someone else. Anyway, that's all right. We'll move on. I can't get the AFL website's not playing ball. So whatever. The one that the Geelong player that I think you can't tell on TV how hard they work is Ollie Dempsey. He runs up and down that wing so much. He's just such a threat. He'll be back in the defence, and all of a sudden he's taking a mark inside 50. And whatever reason, what the opposition gets the ball, he's back down the other end helping out defenders. I don't know how he does it, but the TV generally won't pick that up. And if it does, you've got to have a bit of an eagle eye to spot it.
I think it does actually. I've had a lot of appreciation for that on TV.
Okay.
I thought, who looked way better in person than on TV? I thought was Zach Guthrie.
Yeah.
He's had a couple of games early this year that I was really impressed with, whereas, last half of the year he's been solid, but hasn't been, like raving about him. I thought he looked really sharp in person today.
He's got a bit of a look on his face too, hasn't he? You look at him on the telly and I think, he looks like a little junior peewee football Oz kicker sort of type. And then you see him in person, he's got this intensity, especially these days. He's like, no, I'm one of the premier defenders in the AFL. And sometimes you just see him eyeballing his opponent, like he just wants to murder them. And I'm like, where's this come from, Zach? I like it. I'm liking the aggressive Zach Guthrie. I would love to see his brother come back at some point.
Oh, yeah, that would be nice. That might be the thing we're missing in the middle still. But I thought midfield did all right. I thought Bailey Smith played his role really well today.
Yeah.
Where, it wasn't, we need you to have all these, like, super refined finesse kicks. But he got a bunch of contested possessions, got the ball out of the middle, and got those two advantage. And 10 score involvements and over 60% efficiency with nearly half of his possessions contested. I'll take that. He was actually... Champion Data has him as our third highest. I wasn't sure exactly how to rate him today, but he's definitely in that conversation.
Okay. No, I thought he was, yeah. What am I trying to? Well, I was trying to think. I'm trying to think of that player. I'm really struggling at the moment to think of the Geelong player because I haven't got the thing in front of me because the internet wasn't working. But what did you think of? What's his name? Reece Stanley came off at halftime, but I probably just a question for you. Not so much about Reece's game today, which I thought was fine. I thought he was doing okay. Do you think? There's a lot of people saying he's probably having a really, really good year. Are you in agreement with that? Do you think he's having a good year?
He's exceeded expectations completely. I just think, every few weeks it would be nice to get him off his feet.
Yeah.
We got to do that in part today.
We did that last year a lot. We just haven't really given him a break this year. We haven't been able to.
Some of that has to do with Toby Conway's health as well.
Yeah.
But I do think over these last 2 weeks, Mark Blitzovs has probably been our best ruck. He just also does so many other things.
Yeah.
That you don't want to put him in the role that's most susceptible to getting injured. I was a little surprised we didn't put Blitzovs on O'Lear today. I thought we would have done some of that. Like we had done on Wilkie a couple weeks ago, but it didn't end up really mattering. O'Lear got a few intercepts, but wasn't anything transformative. He was fine. He played his role.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not really anyone that stood out for me from Port today. I mean, it's hard when there's an all-team effort. They were really down. I mean, they were competitive in the first quarter, and they.
I did like Wines for them.
Yeah, Wine's probably the only one, but but it doesn't help when everything he does, he's let down by his teammates as well, and his teammates are putting him in positions where it's not always easy to dispose of.
And it's just
he worked hard, that's for sure. He was okay.
Like the Port fan from the Creed you had on, saying just when they don't have that supporting cast, it's a lot easier to home in on Butters, and we did. And O'Sheen did a very good job on him.
I think opposition supporters. I don't know if it's clear on the TV. If there's a lot of appreciation for what O'Sheen does when you're watching games of Geelong on television, but when your best player is getting destroyed by O'Sheen Mullen, I think you develop an appreciation for what he's doing out there. I think in another year's time, at the end of next year, I think the whole AFL will know what we've got there. Hopefully he keeps it going. He does need to add a couple more strings to the bow. I think we can all acknowledge that he's not the finished product yet, but for what he's doing, and the game changes too. And before you know it, I mean, Mark O'Connor was their number one tagger at one point.
Not long ago. I still think there's room. Like if we were to play Brisbane again, I would go O'Connor to Neil, and then probably O'Sheen to, I think, Will Ashcroft, with as much as McCluggage can do. That's how I think you got to do it.
Yeah, it's like the old days of the Brisbane Lions.
They just got so many options.
Almost like, do you try to stop them, or do you try to trust that what you've got, your pieces on the chessboard are going to get the job done? I don't know. I'm glad I'm not the coach or coaching team. They're good at what they do, but it's hard figuring out your way through the Brisbane team. They'll probably finish the year in third or fourth, you'd think, Brisbane. I'm not sure what the ladder is saying.
So they host Sydney this week. You'd back them in to win that. Not that the Swans are poor, obviously. The Swans are the best team not in finals contention. Then they're at Freo, which is a huge game, and then they finish with Hawthorn at home. There's a world where Hawthorn could be out of the 8.
Well, that's looking most likely. Freo,
they're going to have to.
Most people would pick Brisbane to beat Fremantle, but
it's at Freo, though. I think
they've won 10 out of 11. They've won 10 of 11. They're flying.
Freo's done pretty well against them out there, though.
They're under the radar. Yeah, they're just under the radar.
Basically, Hawthorn have to either win this Thursday or win at Brisbane round 24.
They have to win. They've got to get it. They've got to get a pincher win that they're not expected to get.
That's where losing Friday was so huge for them. But that was a great game too. That was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, it was. Well, for reasons for me, you appreciate the game of football. I appreciate the game of beating Hawthorn.
I do too. I do too. Watch that out at place in Spotswood called Graceland. It's like a food truck park kind of, except it's more like shipping containers and food trucks. But it was really cool.
And you have to pay to go there too. You have to pay to get in so you can pay to eat, which is I can't believe
it's a $4 entry fee.
I know, but it's like
it is silly.
It's like, really? I mean, what am I paying for?
I won't go to bars that do cover charges.
Anyway, maybe it's better than charging the food vans for all the other costs involved in.
I will not go to bars that do cover charges.
Yep.
But this was good. This was a cool experience. To get some African barbecue, I will pay a few extra dollars.
Very nice. Where are you going? Oh, maybe you don't want to tell everyone who lives.
Okay.
When you're watching, anyone who's maybe watching this live or tomorrow morning, very very early. Do you want to let them know where you're going to be for breakfast if they want to come and say hi, or would you rather?
I'm probably sleeping in a little bit tomorrow, but. Yep. Was thinking of going to another place just right down Reary Street. It's pronounced Reary, right?
No, it's
Ryrie.
It's like Ryrie.
Okay. I thought it was
Ryrie Street.
But I'm staying right in the middle of town. Gonna probably just go get a banh mi from Banh Mi number 1.
Yep.
And then probably go to Loxa and Beer for dinner tomorrow night.
Yep.
Then doing the Great Ocean Road Tuesday, Wednesday. See how that compares to our Highway 1. And then I will be back Friday for the Essendon game. I'm thinking probably get in around, 4-ish, hopefully. Probably go back to Little Creatures. Their stuff was really good.
Yep.
And then I want to get into the stadium earlier just so I can get into the team store and just have kind of that full walk around. Because really I was just, my seat today was in the Brownlow stand. I was really just around there in the Selwood stand. And I didn't realize, there's enough different concourses to walk around. Like there's a lot for a stadium that holds about 40,000. You know.
When we organised the meetup today, the lunch, which was fun. I really enjoyed that. It was great seeing everyone. A couple of people.
Awesome.
Harley, I'd never met before. I don't know if Harley's in the chat. I know Harley watches the show on the train on the way back or to university in Melbourne, and Tim as well. If you're out there watching, that was great as well. And obviously Ben and you and Paul as well. But that was great. But yeah, we had the pre-game catch up at Little Creatures, which was fantastic. And I was thinking, yeah, we've got to finish at about 2 because you're gonna want to have time to sort of walk around the stadium and just get a feel for it because you see it on the television, but you want to see what the Geelong fans see week to week. But we got there and maybe you had half an hour to spare, but it's nowhere near enough time, especially when you go
the
to
line's getting in at that point for a little lengthy, but I'll make up for that this coming Friday.
Yeah, get there nice and early and just have a feel for the place, have a look around. Maybe what did you buy at the catch up? Did you buy anything at the catch up today?
No, I really didn't have time, but that'll be for either I could walk through tomorrow, depending on opening hours.
Get a coffee, get yourself a coffee, watch the players come in for their Monday morning review. They'll be hanging around. Yeah. They just go in. The players will be there all day long, just hanging around, just grabbing coffees and right next to the catch shop. It's great.
Yeah, and I'll be back for the game Friday, so I will have time to add to what I've already got here.
Nice. We don't know. I don't know yet if I'm going to the game. My partner, who you met today, was sitting next to you. We haven't worked it out yet. So we've got 2 tickets and we go every week, but it's probably the last chance that the kids will get to go this year. So anyway, we haven't worked it out, but I'd still like to go, but it's a Friday night and it's just a little bit tricky timing wise with the kids. So
I'll be doing the, train down and back on Friday. Like I said, I'll be staying back in Melbourne then.
Yep. That'd be good. Get back to Melbourne. Get some nice food into you. Melbourne is the best city in the world. Even I love Geelong. I do love the city of Geelong, but Melbourne has pretty much got everywhere I've been. Melbourne's got the best food there and best coffee and the best culture. But they don't have the best football team in the AFL, and that's in Geelong. So it is what it is.
Victoria as a whole has been phenomenal.
Oh, good. Suck it, South Australia. Sorry, Luke. Sorry, Kyri.
I did love Adelaide. I
know. I like to hear that. Will you come back to Australia, or is it too soon to say that? But will we?
Absolutely. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah, just saving up for that big lifetime holiday all over again. That's
and we've got in the next couple of years in the US we're hosting some big events too, so trying to just manage that. Yeah. We've got a World Cup coming next year. We've got the Olympics a couple of years after that, so
a few things to see. And
a few things to see.
Geelong might have to have a bit of a rebuild. Maybe we win the premiership this year, and then a couple of older players retire, and we've just got to wait for the next generation to come on, and just that might be the perfect time to come back in about 4 or 5 years or something like that, if that works nicely. Anyway, we'll chat further next week, I'm sure. You gave me your 3-2-1s early? Did you give me a polished turd for tonight?
I didn't. No, I didn't give you our 3-2-1s from today. I gave you last week's.
That was last week's one. Sorry.
Yeah, polished turd, Ollie Wines. I think honorable mention to maybe Georgiadis or Lord, but Wines was pretty clearly their best. I'm having trouble figuring out who to give the 1-2 between like Tom Stewart, Zach Guthrie. I really liked. Jezza got his 6, but it was. And I give him a lot of credit for being able to get open, but it was a lot of times it was just like sneaking in off of someone else's mark, like here, hand it to me. I'm a better kick than you. Which all credit to him for getting open and doing that. You really can't let him out of your sight for a moment.
No.
But it wasn't exactly like this, transformative, like blow me away performance. I think I'll go. Let's see, what were we more than doubled them in inside 50, so it's a little tough to go with a defender. I think I'll go. This is tricky. I think 1 been on the fence with a few. See if there's anything else here with score involvements or something that'll change my opinion. You know what? Actually, just give the one to Bailey Smith. Why not?
Okay. I'll tell you who I would have given the one vote, and I haven't done my votes at all. I'll save them. I'll marinate a little bit on it, but I do want to give one vote to Patrick Dangerfield. And the 19 touches and the eight marks. He was terrific overhead tonight.
He was one I was considering as well.
He was really good and could have had another goal or two more, and gave up 5 goal assists tonight. So I thought he was terrific. So 1 goal, 1 for Danger, 19 touches, mostly just giving off handballs to opponents. So Jessica could kick a goal or 2 here or there. And I just love what Danger did. And I know it's been a rough month or so for Danger since he's 350th, but I thought he was pretty good and probably deserved. I mean, there's a lot of players deserving of the one vote. But
he was, yeah. You make a good point. He's kind of, at times in the forward line, he's like a bull in a china shop, but he was like his sort of like physical, relentless self within a more like disciplined, contained manner, I thought.
Yeah. We miss you too, Gary. We wanted you there. Lucas wanted you to pay for him to come too. Sorry.
2 votes to Gryan. Led us in pressure acts, ended up with 4 score launches, which from his position is pretty difficult to do. And another 10 score involvements. And then the 3 has to be Max Holmes. I didn't realize he had the 8 intercepts. 15 score involvements, that checks out, but 8 intercepts too. Wow.
It's pretty good. I don't know if it's his best game of the year for the Cats. He could have had 3 goals. He could have had a 35-3 type game, Max Holmes today. It was that good.
Which game was it? Was it the Essendon game where he was like so insanely highly rated? It might have been. Might have been the first Essendon game, but he's had a couple this year.
I'll just quickly look him up. It might take a second or so. What was his best? I think 30. He's had a 40 possession game, hasn't he? So,
and I don't think it was that one that was so good. It was one of the others where he was just super efficient.
32 possession game against Adelaide and a goal in that game. First game of the year against Freo, he had 24 touches and 2 goals. Had 30 touches against GWS, 33 touches and a goal against the Dogs, 40 touches against Gold Coast, 36 the week after against Essendon. Goodness me, he's going to go nuts again. And he kicked a goal in that game.
I think it was the Essendon game. I'm pulling up the
probably that one
right now where he was. Nobody else was rated over 18, and he got 36.5. That was the one.
That's his 4th game this year with 35 or more possessions. He is coming on. He's could be a smoky for the Brownlow next year. He's going to go close this year. He probably won't finish on the podium, but he's coming with a wet sail at the end of the year, second half of this year. Goodness me. He's looking good. Just got to keep those hamstrings nice and warm.
Yeah.
It's the main thing.
It's another testament to our scouting. The idea was, hey, this guy's really fast. Hopefully he can learn how to refine the actual football skill. And I think it's safe to say he's done that.
Yeah. And, he's kicked 11 goals so far this year. If he can get that up to 20 goals next year, he's seriously in that conversation. I mean, look, he's probably top 50 in the comp at the moment. Some might say he's top 20. I don't know if I would just yet, but some bloody good players running around the AFL. And you've seen a few of them in the last week or two. Hopefully you'll see. So which games before I let you go, which games are you seeing? Have you still got to see before you head home?
So Thursday, Hawthorn Collingwood. One of the only times I'll be a Collingwood supporter.
Yep.
It's pretty much against them and Carlton. Then our game Friday, another doubleheader Saturday. It's Richmond and St. Kilda at the G, and then Carlton and Gold Coast at Marvel, which means I get to see Mac Andrew.
Matt Rao, future Cat.
And then finish it off in Perth with Eagles Crows. which, again, I really wish it would have worked out for a Freo home game, but still should be pretty cool.
Is there a big stain on my hat or something? Is there? I don't know.
Optus looks wonderful, even if it's going to be 40,000 sad Eagles fans instead of. I'm looking forward to going back and watching how Freo came back today. I mean, another bad second half for Carlton, but I'm sure that place was rocking.
Yeah. Freo fans must be loving this. I've got a soft spot for Freo a little bit.
I do too.
I desperately wanted them, obviously, to beat Hawthorn in 2015 in that grand final. And they were in it for about halfway through the third quarter there. They were close, but they're on a run at the moment. And I was saying this a while ago, I probably about 6 weeks ago, I said, watch out for Freo. They're under the radar and no one's given them any attention still. But they're just where they want to be right now. Not in the conversation. No one's worrying about them. But if they keep winning, watch out.
They've got a tough run home too.
That's the big test, isn't it? The test for Freo comes now. They need, they're allowed to lose a game. Everyone's allowed to lose a game, but geez, if they can win a game, win one of those, especially the game against Brisbane, if they win that one, the AFL world will start taking notice. That's for sure. No more hiding under the radar if they win that one. They're here for September, that's for sure. And hopefully we don't get to play them at Kidinia Park again because we have bad memories of that. Anyway, mate, I've loved catching up with you today. I always appreciate you coming on.
Hope to see people around town the next couple days.
Yep.
Maybe go back to Little Creatures this coming Friday. I'll put out a tweet at Americans Footy.
If you're anywhere near the Paddock Bakery in North Geelong at any stage, not far from the North Geelong train station, if you're anywhere near there, give me a holler. I'm working very close to that.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
It's one of the better, I don't know if it's a well-known, but it's probably the biggest and the best bakery in Geelong. Sorry to all those small bakers out there, but it's very, very popular. Let's just say that.
And thanks again to Shannon Pizza. Really good. I'm probably going to finish this thing off in the next couple hours.
Very good. Hopefully, they do good pizza there. You needed to ask for the next. If you ever get to go there again, ask for the Shannon ham. It's about that much shaved ham, shredded ham on top.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. You'll have a heart attack, but definitely worthwhile having it anyway. Mate, appreciate it.
The meatballs today.
Yeah, the meatballs look good. Thanks again for coming on, and we'll see you. Hopefully, we'll see you on Friday night.
Yes, I will be there. Hope to see as many of you as possible. Go Cats.
Go Cats. Take care, mate. All right. The chat's been fun tonight. Well, we've got Ben coming on, and Ben, I got to meet at the footy tonight, at the Little Creatures tonight as well, and it's actually sat with us. We snuck him in a couple of empty seats behind us, but it was good to catch up with him as well. Here he is. Hey, Ben, how you going, mate?
Yeah, good. Just been doing a bit of research on the game a bit.
What do you think?
Come on with my thoughts.
I still haven't changed the graphic, though. It's been 12 weeks. I got to fix that one. Thoughts? Good to meet your dad and your little brother Patrick as well.
Yeah, they were there, which was good. They like always going on the footy.
Yep. What are your thoughts on the game today? I was sitting with you and all that, but so we were chatting throughout. But share it with everyone else.
Yeah, first quarter pretty even. Didn't really get out of the blocks, and then over the second half, I guess that's where we just put the foot down. I thought Port Adelaide were trying all day. I thought it's not like I don't reckon they gave up at any point, even though the scoreboard doesn't suggest that. I thought all day they were giving effort.
Competitive. Really, really competitive for an 88-point loss, which is strange to say, but to me they look competitive.
Well, compared to North last week, it kind of looked like they were a bit out of it.
Exactly. Some players stood out to you tonight?
Yeah, I guess. Well, we can talk about Jack Martin with his He's 36% game time. He had 13 and kicked 4 in a row. That was something else. Just so unexpected and so surprising.
Didn't you tell me that he had 4 kicks or something like that for
Yeah.
4 goals at one stage?
Four touches, 4 goals. It's kind of
Crazy.
funny. Yeah, 100% disposal efficiency. Is that like the perfect sub choice? I know if he starts as sub, it's not like he's going to do that like every week. But like, is that sort of like the perfect sub choice then?
I'm just trying to think, who else would we consider it? Well, we've often had Mitch Duncan when he's been fit in that role. And I don't know if it's just to get Mitch through the season. Maybe Mitch isn't. I don't think Mitch is the right sub at all. In fact, I hate the idea of Mitch Duncan as the sub. But we've used him a lot in that role. Jack Bowes seems to be that, probably because he's often our 23rd best player, and I don't think he's necessarily a special.
That was probably Bowes' best game today, I reckon.
He was good, wasn't he? Yeah, he was good. He was definitely good. He found himself in the right place a lot of the time. But executed, kicked a nice goal from right in front of, on the angle that we were on. I think he bombed it from about 50, didn't he, or something like that?
Yeah, it was a good goal. He hasn't really gotten to that good form this year. I suppose the sort of middle patch he had last year. But yeah, today he was really good. Definitely his best game for the year. No one's really talked about Bailey Smith, but I liked his game today as like he got more of the contest ball and was getting more clearances. Had 8 clearances, most on ground. I think he's most for a while, so it was good. He was sort of like being in that role, being a bit more of a contested mid. And he did that last week as well against North.
He's not going to be chasing. He's not going to be stat padding from now on. Not that he was necessarily, but if he was half thinking about winning a Brownlow, I think you can put those thoughts to bed maybe now and just focus on the finals coming up and being the best team player and role player that he can be. But I agree with you. I thought his game today was really solid, and it wasn't super flashy. There were some moments for sure, but he was just playing the Geelong way that we want, the way that we want him to play. Hard, tough, getting the ball on quickly, working really well with Max, which we love to see. And hopefully we'll see some more of it. Hopefully, again, it's just every week that he plays, you think, oh, is he injured? Is he going to get injured this week? You just want him. I just feel like I don't want him to get injured on the eve of the finals. That's all, or during the finals, because we need him. We're going to need a fit Bailey Smith to contend, aren't we? Really, like if he goes down, I can't. Maybe we go okay, but I think he's the one that's going to probably we need up and firing to win a premiership this year if we can.
Yeah, we'll definitely need a fit. So I presume he'll get managed for one of the games coming up, I guess, but just before the end of the year. I guess as well, I saw on the news Dangerfield won't play against Essendon.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it was on Channel 7. Yeah, Dangerfield won't play against Essendon. So who comes in for him? I presume Stevens, I guess.
George. Well, I think they'll reshuffle maybe it's the Ollie Henry return game.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know if Cats fans would be overly excited about that, but he's probably that. I mean, that's why Ollie's not on the side at the moment, because he's just not fitting in with Danger and Jezza and Shannon Neal. But maybe with Danger out of the way, there's a role there for Ollie. But maybe there's not now with Jack Martin saying, hello, I'm quite capable of kicking. Make me a forward all the time and let's see how I go.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably, but you'd probably be looking at someone to come in for Tom Stewart as well. It could be about 3 or 4 changes, really. I wouldn't be surprised if there's 4 changes.
Probably Stanley doesn't play as well, I guess.
If there's any doubt, you'd think they wouldn't, because that's been their approach. They just don't take any risk at all.
I kind of hope that Stanley doesn't play and we give Toby Conway a chance to. I want to watch Toby play at some point this year, and I think next week's the last chance we've got to play him.
Richmond is Richmond at home? Is that a home? Is that a Geelong?
No, that would be the G.
That's at the MCG. Yeah, that is. Yeah, and it's good. It's at the MCG. So not only if you played Toby that game, you give it not only giving him a game, you're giving him a game at the MCG, and that's really what he is at this point. He's insurance for Reece Stanley. I think we all would have hoped that Toby Conway would take over the number one ruck mantle this year, but as far as I'm concerned, let Reece keep it for as long as he can for now. Like, get him to 300. It's probably 6 years away. But
probably randomly could just play 300. It could get to 400. I think he gets to 400 even.
What's he on now?
You never know.
What is Reece Stanley on in terms of games at the moment? He'd be 230 or something, maybe.
Probably around that.
Yeah, I don't know what.
He played his 200th last year, I remember.
Yep. Just looking him up now. AFL tables, Geelong Cats, Reece. Let's get him there. 224. So there's a chance, and it's not going to happen because he will be managed even more next year. But there's a chance. He's played 14 games out of the 21 this year, which is
a lot.
Probably a little bit more than what I thought he was going. Yeah. And he definitely won't play 26 games next year. So he might just finish, unless he goes for 2 more years, which who knows, maybe he will. There's a chance for 250. I'd love to see him get there. I just love it because he's just battled. It's he debuted in 2010, but I think he was drafted, spent a year in the VFL before he even made his debut. So he's actually been here even longer than that in the system.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's probably going to be on the block when he retires because he's ran over the
And then I think as well, but hopefully. But then again, it gets a bit awkward because then again, you never know. Toby could play next week against Essendon and just have like a breakout performance, and then Stanley's managed, and then we play against Sydney next week, and then you might be stuck in a bit of an awkward situation. Oh, what do we do? Do we? Toby's like have a dominant game. We can't really drop him after that, and then I don't know, but
it will create a headache for us if that happened. If Toby actually came in and played well, but I'll tell you why. Because all right, sorry Toby, I know you played well, but we've backed Reece the whole way. We're bringing Reece back. Thank you very much. Just be ready when it's your turn if called upon. Reece will come back, play an absolute shocker. We'll all be wanting Toby Conway to come back. Toby Conway will come back and absolutely put in a stinker. Oh, Toby's not up to it. Let's get Reece back. So I can see this. I can already see it happening. And I'm like,
I think it happened last year.
Yep.
Even after Reece. Yeah.
In Reece we trust. We have to. Yeah. We have to at this point. Look, good on Toby. I want him to get a game, but I think we all just want Toby to have it.
Because we've re-signed him for 2 years, so we obviously back him.
Of course we do. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that if we've re-signed Conway, I don't think that means we get Marshall then.
No.
I don't think so.
Well, yeah, it would make it hard. I mean, from everything I hear, it sounds like he's coming. But then again, everyone's coming to Geelong, and I don't see how we can get them all. Andrew Mackey's absolutely loving it at the moment. He's sleeping very well, Andrew Mackey. Who do I pick from? Do I get Harley Reid? Matt Rowell's promised us that he's coming in 2 years' time, but don't tell anyone. Zach Butters, pretty keen. Tom De Koning will surprise the AFL world and choose Geelong over St Kilda and forgo $2 million to play.
There's a clip of Tom De Koning after their game tonight of him saying to a Fremantle player, "I'm staying." You have to, I don't know what that means or anything, but
well, it's easy to do. You tell your workmates what they want to hear at the end of the day.
No,
just so you can turn up to work and not deal with the hassle. And then the season ends, you go your separate ways, and all of a sudden he's cleaned his locker. And he's gone. So easy to have the conversation over text than in person. So I don't know. Like, I know he's not coming to Geelong. It's a bit silly, but it's good. It's a good problem to have. But yeah, it'll be interesting if we bring some players in, if some players get rested and some senior players get rested, and the the reserves come in and they play really well, and we hope that they do. Of
Yeah.
course, we want them to go well,
Mm.
but it does create some headaches, doesn't it?
So I think, the changes next week, Dangerfield will be out, and probably, like you said, Ollie Henry will be in to because it's kind of a swap for swap, I guess.
You've got Mitch Nevitt. I wouldn't bring in at this point
No.
unless you absolutely have to pull in case of emergency. And Jed Buse, I think, is still a chance, as much as
Potentially.
he's a forgotten guy a little bit. He's not allowed to wash dishes with sharp knives in them anymore. Jed, if you're watching, don't do it. But yeah, Jed's still a possibility for me. And I say this on most post-game live shows, I still believe in Cam Guthrie. I still believe
Cam Guthrie? Okay.
that we live in a world where there's a possibility Cam Guthrie makes an emotional return to this team and has a run in September. I still believe in it. I believe it's possible. I'm an idiot.
That would be. I think, I reckon Cam Guthrie will definitely play a game before the end of the year. Probably the last game against Richmond or potentially against Sydney.
Realistically, he'll run out in the VFL and reach for his calf in the second quarter, and it'll be devastating. But Ben, I want to hold on to that belief. My heart is full of love for Cam Guthrie, and I want to believe we believe in miracles.
Oh yeah, I want him to be good as well. It's just I want him to have a standout VFL game, because when he does get on the VFL, I know it is a bit different, and he might need better play. He might actually play better in the AFL than he does in the VFL. But I really want him to have a standout VFL game, and then we can have the conversation if he comes in.
But you can't just bring him in and not take someone out. That's going to be the issue, isn't it? We've got to trust in Cam and Jack Bowes. I know you've been pretty good the last month, but you got to go, mate. Or Jack Martin. Yeah, you're a bit of a cult hero at Geelong now, but at you get. I don't know who you drop in that situation. You're not.
No, I could not. I couldn't say anyone deserves to be dropped after today or anything.
Nah. Anyway, I'm dreaming. Thanks for indulging me for a moment there in my Cam Guthrie dreams, but it's probably not going to happen. But my other dream, if you'll continue to indulge me, is that Paddy Dangerfield is the next Geelong captain to hold up the cup, and
their last game.
And his last game. Well, I don't want to. I mean, he might want to keep playing, but it's a perfect. If you're not sure about whether you want to or you don't, what's an absolute perfect way to go out? So hopefully he follows the tradition of Geelong captains and wins it, and Joel Selwood presents him the cup.
Yeah,
and how emotional would that be?
Oh yeah, that would.
My God. I'm an emotional guy, Ben, and if that happened, I would be a blubbering mess if I saw Joel Selwood presenting the cup to him.
Yeah, if we get to the granny, we're not trying to get over the top, but they'll definitely announce him as the cup presenter. And
Well, that's it. The last premiership captain is generally the way to go. Gary Ablett Jr. of Gold Coast somehow go on a magical run.
That's probably the only
Gary
legend
Jr. will be there holding the cup, bringing the cup up with the guys for.
Yeah, it's either him or Carmichael Hunt. I guess present the cup.
I don't even try and say that name because I'll get it wrong and then we'll get demonetized dropping C bombs on the show. It's not worth the risk. Not worth the risk. Let's get some final thoughts from you on today, mate. Have you given us your 3-2-1s yet? Have we? I don't think.
I'll run it through honourable mentions. Jack Martin, while he was great, just with the game time percentage, I'll give him an honourable mention. Just not in the 3-2-1.
Yep.
Shannon Neal as well. While we going kick 3, really stood out with his marking and the third quarter dominance. I guess Jack Henry as well was all right, I thought, at times.
Yeah, I thought he was pretty solid.
And I thought Lawson Humphreys just getting back into some better form. He had he's had a bit of a rough patch recently, Lawson. He had a really good start to the year. Just dropped off a bit, but today he was back a bit.
Yeah, no, he looks solid today. I mean, it's not last year when he was making his early run in the second half of the year, he couldn't do anything wrong. It's a bit harder now when opposition know what they're dealing with and they put some time and work into you. But he had a bit of a free run there for about 10 games to end last year. And he's just he was just perfect. And this year it's a bit more back to reality for him a little bit, and he's working his way through it. But love what I saw from him today. It was terrific.
I'll give the one to Bailey Smith. Just really liked more of his contest work today, in terms of winning the hard ball a bit more instead of like a bit of. I don't think he was ever stat padding, but I think he's kind of got that out of his game a bit. To Brian Myers, I really thought he stood out today. Just a really good sort of like assists inside, really good like inside 50s. I thought he had 8 inside 50s. I think that was a game high, like out of anyone. So
I think we
really
dominated inside 50s by plus 30 nearly, or something along that. We absolutely smashed Port in inside 50s today.
Yeah, we did. And then I guess 3 votes, Max Holmes, with his 35 and 2, just really stood out. Really good ground balls as well. I think he'll. I don't think he'll win the Brownlow this year. Like, you never know, but we could have 2 players in the top 5 of the Brownlow potentially. But I think definitely next year. It's not like we'd rather the team success over like individual Brownlow success or anything. But I think he could be a Brownlow chance.
Yeah, we definitely don't want people stat pad, and we don't want Jezza to be overly focused on the ton as well. As much as it would be nice. Let's not
we
get
were
silly.
trying that today.
Yeah, let's not kick it to Jezza in the hope that he gets a goal when might have been a more obvious option. Because at the end of the day, there's still a chance we can leapfrog Adelaide on the ladder if we play good football and our percentage improves. Adelaide needs to drop a game, but and that's going to be hard because they've got a pretty good run as well. But I think they're playing. Is it Brisbane, Adelaide, or Collingwood? I can't remember who's Adelaide.
They're playing Collingwood in 2 weeks.
A home game against Collingwood, so that'll be the big test as to whether we can finish ahead of Adelaide. If they drop that one, it probably means Collingwood gets close to finishing top. But then who knows?
Adelaide should finish top 2 because they play West Coast and North as well, so they'll beat them. And then it's just
if they lose their if we get better percentage and we're equal on points. Then we'll take over that second spot on the ladder. And then it'll be a game against Adelaide at the MCG as opposed to at Adelaide Oval. Whether that makes a difference, I don't know.
Even if you're playing a Victorian team in the 2nd v 3rd category, it's still good to be like second. I feel like it just gives you a bit of just boosts your confidence a bit. Like if we were second and we played Collingwood who were 3rd, I'd still rather be second. I feel like it just gives you a bit of an edge, an advantage for some reason, instead of them finishing second and us being 3rd.
And you don't want to finish 3rd anyway because no team's ever won a grand final from 3rd. So we don't. I don't know.
It has happened, but it doesn't really happen that much.
No. So it's one of those silly ones that it's for whatever reason it's hard to win. I mean, you're playing the second best team. Usually away, interstate. Usually, if you finish 3rd, playing the second, and then you lose. Often you lose that one, and then in the prelim you end up playing the best team in the comp. Usually, and it's you're cooked at that point. So if anything, I always think play the best team. If you finish top 4, better to finish 4th. Play the best team. If you're going to lose, you're going to lose. But then you get a hit. You get a run at the second best team for a chance at making the grand final. That's what I'd prefer.
Yeah, that is true.
Obviously, you want to win it, but don't worry. I probably shouldn't even be thinking about, how can we get through by losing? Like that's probably the wrong mindset. But that's I don't know. I just that's the weird quirk of the final 8 system that you end up having an easier run in the prelim than you did in a qualifying final, just because it sort of flips itself the other way around. So
it does.
Yeah. Have you got a drive-by in you today? It'd be hard to find a drive-by for a Geelong player. Is there anyone in the gun?
No, not really. I guess
a couple of weeks in a row you haven't found anyone for me for the drive-by, but that's a good thing because we're show some love.
I guess probably Sam DeConing. I know the ball we had a lot more inside 50s, but a couple of times and even last week gave away a few frees. Not really standing out in terms of like intercepts at the moment lately. I know like he's been injured and just came back, but still, yeah.
He's a bit of an unusual one in that we didn't have him in the finals last year. We're going into the finals this time around with Sam de Koning, assuming he gets picked and assuming he's not injured. But you'd think if all things stay the same, he's playing finals for us this time around. And I don't know. He's not filling with me with much confidence, Ben. Just attitude, still not what you want. I mean, a great example of Patrick Dangerfield, and you can get frustrated with Paddy sometimes because he's not perfect, does some great things, but Paddy's attitude is fantastic. Tonight, I saw him kick a ball. He got a ball on the wing near me where you and I were sitting, and then he burst along and kicked it along the boundary 50, 60 metres, turned it over, but didn't get phased about it. Just went off on the bench. It's just one player. You get on with it, and there's about 30 other players to come still. So get over yourself, and that's just what Sam de Koning needs to do. Just stuff up. Get over yourself, mate. Stop moping around for the next 15 minutes.
That's what I liked about Stengel as well. Like when things sometimes don't go his way, he can sometimes like crack it a bit. But today, when he made a few errors, he kind of like stayed a bit calm and just got himself into the game a bit more.
Agree.
Instead of like being a bit.
Noticed it as well. Yep.
Instead of cracking it.
Yep. No, it's good. He had a shocking 5 minutes there where he missed 3 shots and then butchered a couple of other kicks as well to teammates. And he just kept going. He just kept, no, I'm going to keep going. And it's fine. And it's good. It's probably his teammates giving him a pat on the back and saying, mate, don't worry about it. Keep going. But that's what you need. You can't, it's not about you. It's a team effort. And, you can't be getting down on yourself because there's always, the ball's coming your way again in about 10 seconds time. So you better be ready for that one.
Yeah.
Anyway. Anything else from you, mate, before I let you go and start to? I got to get Dark Lord Lucas on. I don't know if he's Dark Lord tonight, but he's sitting there.
We should have won by 150.
I think you'll have the shirt on tonight. It's a cold night in Victoria. I'm sitting here with the Kathmandu on. I'm assuming Lucas will be covered up tonight. I'm looking at the numbers. Watching 37. We'll see what happens when Lucas comes on. If the numbers increase or if the numbers drop, but I'm going to show him some love tonight because he wanted to come to the meetup and he couldn't get there.
I wish he was there.
Yeah,
would have been good to talk to.
Yeah,
but I guess next week against Essendon, just don't go in like thinking, oh, we're going to win by like 100. Just go in, play the way. You might get 100-point win, but just don't go in with that attitude. Just do what you're good at and just see what happens, and just most importantly, just win.
Yep, just win by. Don't worry about winning by 100.
No.
Win by 200. That's what I get that percentage right up there, Cats. What's the record? 186 against Melbourne. Give it a nudge, Cats fans. Give it a go, mate. It was good to see you today. Really, really good. I enjoyed catching up with you. Hopefully, we'll do it again.
Yeah, same.
And if you're ever at the game, just reach out and then not that the internet works, but often there is a seat behind me. Feel free to come over and if you get kicked out, you get kicked out. But definitely was good to see you again, and we'll hopefully be able to catch up at some stage before the end of the year if we have a deep final run.
Hopefully it was definitely was a good day to see everyone, and hopefully we'll do it again sometime in the future.
Good man. Good on you, mate. You take care.
Thanks, Ben. You too. Go Cats.
See you, mate. All right. Possibly our final guest, most likely our final guest tonight, is the Dark Lord himself.
I'm dead sexy. Look at my sexy body.
He's got the shirt on. He's got the shirt on tonight. Hello.
Yeah, hey, how you doing, Ben? And thank you for the other Ben for that love. Thank you very much. Shirt on. Nothing really to get excited about. Probably should have belted Port Adelaide by 100 or more. So that's disappointing. Just on Zach Butters. People understand there was no Connor Rosie. He's playing in a B grade midfield. He's around B grade players. Ollie Wines is washed. I don't know why Ken English is playing him. He must be the worst Brownlow winner in the last 20 years since I think Matthew Prittis. And why he's playing with a broken hand, I've got absolutely no idea. That's stupidity. Jack McRae could have held Butters to 10 disposals today. it wasn't that impressive. Like he had nobody. He had nobody to work with. So you know, go shut down Lockie Neal. Go shut down Neal in the prelim. Go shut down Dacos in the prelim. Go do that. Go shut down them. Then we'll talk. But that wasn't something to be impressed by. What could Butters do? What could he do? He could do nothing with that midfield. Absolutely nothing. And the end's coming very quickly for Ken Hinkley. Maybe he should have stepped down after the showdown. Don't know why he's still going around. Flogging an absolute dead horse. I don't see any benefit why he's there for the next 3 games. I don't see any benefit. I thought Lord was good for them. I wish he'd come to Geelong. I think that's probably his best game for the season, and it's against Geelong, wasn't it? So there's a couple of things. I thought they dominated the fourth quarter. They probably should have been in front further in the first quarter. We blew them away in the second and third quarter. They kind of, they didn't have the personnel. They're playing their handful team. They're playing 20 young kids. But yet Ken Hinkley wants to play Zach Butters with a broken hand. I don't get that. So I thought when we had a chance to be ruthless, we didn't. The stat padding for Cameron's disgusting. That is absolutely deplorable. I don't really care if he gets 100 or not. I just, these stat padding little things, they're not going to help you in finals. They're not going to help you against the Crows. They're not going to help you against Collingwood. So that, it's a team sport. It's not a one-man band. If you want to be an individual, go win a Wimbledon title at the tennis. I don't care for stat padding. Just put the ball on your foot and kick the goal, please. Any chance of doing that? But I thought apart from that, it was a good, solid performance. I feel very bad for Ollie Henry. That should have been Ollie Henry's game that Jack Martin hit today. I feel very bad for Ollie Henry.
Yeah, it'll be hard to make it back now. That's for sure.
I don't understand why you'd bring him to a club, right? You make all this big deal, and then you don't play him. I don't get that. That should have been his 4 goals today. So I feel very bad for him. You're probably right. You're probably not going to see Ollie Henry again, which is a shame. I don't know why Jack Martin, Carlton got rid of him for a reason. With all due respect, they did get rid of him for a reason. And look at the way they're going with their players. So that tells you something. It is what it is. He kicked 4 goals, in 5 minutes. Congrats, but that should have been Ollie Henry. And that's as far as I'll say with that. Neil had a good game, but again, he gets caught far too much out the back, like a broken record. Took some good marks.
Who did you say last week when you came on the show? Who was going shit that you were threatening to drop? Who was the player in the spotlight for you? I'm just trying to remember. Who?
Tom Stewart.
He played good today. So it's worked again. He was good again. He's probably going to get a week off, but he's good again.
Yeah, well, yeah. I can probably go ballistic on Tim Stewart and he won't play next week, which is okay. I still think he should be rested. He doesn't look right to me, but he did have a better game today. A week. He's going to get a week. I think the AFL since that was like the Maynard incident, wasn't it? And when Maynard got off with it, the AFL came out basically and say, we got to stamp that out. So he's going to get a week, sadly. But long term, it's good. He gets a week off.
Yeah,
so that can't hurt. Yeah. Dangerfield a week off, which can't hurt. Stanley did his hamstring, so I don't know how bad that is. Well, they said it was a precaution. It was precaution. So
did he do it though? Who's that? Where's the official source? I haven't seen anything on Twitter.
It was on. So Channel 7, Cameron Ling were doing the reporting, and he said it was a hamstring complaint. But he said at the end of the day it was precaution. So it was just a precaution thing. But I don't know why if it's precaution, I don't understand that.
They're saying that they're already ruling him out because that's been their approach. He won't play. Toby Conway comes in. End of conversation really on that. They just won't play Reece 5 days later against Essendon. Yeah.
I thought Stanley was good today before he came off. I thought he was good.
He competed hard, and didn't do the dumb stuff. He just went, get ball, kick ball long. It's not hard, Reese. That's all we need you to do. Get ball, kick ball long.
Sweet's a good ruckman. No, he's a good young ruckman, Sweet. And I thought Stanley really competed well with him. Really competed well. There's a moment there in the ruck where Stanley grabbed the ball and just burst out the pack. I think that was in the second quarter. That really impressed me. I thought, wow, this came from nowhere from Stanley. So that was very, very good. I didn't like the matchup with Georgiades coming in. I thought because he's Port's biggest asset. He ended up kicking 3 goals. That's average. He does that, Georgiades. So that's no problem there. I thought Wines was pretty good on Bailey Smith for a while. That was a really good battle. Then Bailey Smith got off the chain a little bit at the end. But Ollie Wines, he's a dumb player. I don't know why he's playing anymore. He can't play 4 quarters. So we did what we had to do. I still think we are miles behind Adelaide. We're miles behind Brisbane. We're miles behind Collingwood. I think if we played those 3 teams in the first final, I think we get belted. There's nothing there showing me that.
I think we're behind Brisbane and Adelaide. I agree with you on that. I think we're probably about the same level as Collingwood. I just feel, and then there's probably there's queries on. As I was saying earlier in the show, it's like Fremantle's the one for me. I don't know what they're about. They're clearly winning a lot of games, but are they a good team? We'll find out in the next few weeks, I think, with Fremantle. But I think Geelong and Collingwood on the level.
I tipped Freo today, and they're down by 30 points. You're saying that's typical Freo. Every time you pick them, every time.
Yep.
And when you don't pick them, they win. So when they play Geelong in the final, just pick Freo. If you're going by that logic. Yeah, because they'll let you down. But they got the win in the end. I think we finished 3rd because Adelaide played Collingwood. So if Collingwood lose, we've got a better percentage than Collingwood. I think they will lose in Adelaide. That puts us to 3rd. We'll play Brisbane in Brisbane, I think. So we're not dropping our 3 games. The Swans game was a danger game. That's until they got knocked out. They can't make finals.
Yep.
I'd be more inclined to say that's probably a 60-40 for Swans, but not anymore. They were awful against Essendon, absolutely terrible. Lucky to win that, very lucky. So I think we can finish 3rd, and this is why I just don't like stat padding, because percentage will be crucial. So we're 0.7 in front of Collingwood. I think we are 137 there, 131 or something. So 6 or 7. So every goal's going to count, and I don't want to be in a position to get. I think it's now finished. Cameron needs 25 goals in 3 games. I don't. He's not going to do that. He's not going to kick 10.
He won't do it in the regular season, but he might do it week 2 or 3 in the finals.
I don't care about that. That's end of season.
If Geelong makes the grand final and Jez is on 98 goals, mate, I don't know. I don't give a shit, Jezza, if you make 100. Sorry, I just want the Cats to win.
I couldn't care either. I'm not going to storm the field.
He goes hungry mode. If we make the grand final and Jezza goes hungry mode, and passes up kicks to someone he should give it off to. I mean, Jezza's got a license to do what Jezza wants to do, but I actually think, and this might make you a little and Kyri a little bit happier, but I think the Cats are going to be playing Adelaide at Adelaide Oval in the first week of the finals. I think Adelaide 2nd, Cats 3rd. I think that'll be the matchup, and then hopefully we win that one and we go straight into a prelim. But if we lose it, I think we'll probably play Collingwood in the prelim, assuming we get through the semi-final again as well. But generally, teams that lose a qualifying final make the prelim, generally.
Well, 5th and 6th right now are a non-Victorian team. So if we did lose the first final, there's a good chance we could play that second final at home in Geelong. Very good chance, especially if it's Gold Coast or Fremantle.
Good call, actually. We don't want to, but I mean, Gold Coast, yes, because they can't win at Geelong. How good would that be, mate? That'd be a gift That'd be a gift if that happened, but not
Well,
Fremantle.
they're getting a gift already. That's disgraceful. I feel very bad for the Bulldogs. They're obviously not going to make it because of that ridiculous game they've got against Essendon, the Gold Coast. That should have been scheduled when they're months ago. And now they're just Essendon a basket case. So the AFL have done everything they possibly can to get Gold Coast in the finals. So I feel a bit for Footscray there. I think Footscray are going to complain and they're going to get the biggest ride ever next year. Essendon, we'll thrash them. We could possibly. I wouldn't mind if we rested Cameron for a week. I wouldn't mind if we rested players like Stengel or Baz. Bailey Smith. He's not going to win the Brownlow. That's gone now. Nakos has. That's basically his. Come on, he's going to do what Cripps did last year. He's going to poll 40 votes, something ridiculous. So that's gone now. That's dead.
We need to get you on the Brownlow night live coverage. We'll get you on.
Yeah.
I think Paul's keen on that one, or he's keen on the Kaji one. One of the two. I'm not sure which one he wants to come on, but between the two, between me and Paul, we'll be on one of them each. If not, might even pop in for 5 minutes on his one, and hopefully he'll do the same. But we should get some guests on, so hopefully we'll get you in on that one, and we'll be able to cheer on Bailey Smith when he hits the lead round 8, and then hopefully he can hang on. He won't hang on, but we can enjoy it while it lasts. And we can just watch Max Holmes become one of the most well-known AFL players when he starts polling 3 votes in 5 games in a row at some point. That'll be awesome. I asked you this last week, but it's looking more and more likely that you and your mum are going to have some serious conversations about. She's a Adelaide supporter. Everyone who doesn't know Lucas's mum, hello in the chat. I can see you in there as well. But if it is a Geelong Adelaide final, it's going to be interesting in your household. I hope that your mum lets you stay there, but I wouldn't begrudge her if she asked you to find alternative accommodation through September. Is things okay on the home front at the moment with mum, or are they starting to get a little bit shaky with September just around the corner?
That's why I'm praying we play Collingwood or Brisbane. It gives Adelaide 3 chances to lose. So
your mum says you're staying at my place apparently.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna be very very interesting. It's okay when there's a blowouts because we know the game's gone, can't win. Yeah. But when the game's close, that's when there's a problem. So if a game can be over at half time, preferably Geelong's way, that's all right. We don't have to worry about it. You just get it all out. But when it gets to 6 points, 1 minute to go, that's when it can get very frosty, very frosty. It's a bit like Gary Ablett with Malcolm Blight. Turned off the lights, started throwing things, and Ablett was a bit like that in the front row. That's a bit like me. With that was a bit like me in the Geelong game last year. Remember the Geelong game last year was close in Geelong.
Yeah.
That was a bit like me. So a bit like Ablett with his hand over his head and protect watches going flying everywhere and God knows what.
There's only one. It's not really. Well, there's nothing really that I enjoy about Geelong losing, but I know that you'll come on post game live, and it'll be some of the best 20 minutes of the week after a Geelong loss because you'll go to town. You'll get the candles out. There'll be the Dark Lord. When Geelong wins, you still come on with a bit of energy, but it's more like Jezza should have kicked 15 goals, or Chris Scott's only winning 75% of his games as a coach for 15. He's not good enough. He should have been winning 85% with this list. It's more fun after a Geelong loss. It's probably takes the pain away a little bit because I enjoy seeing you just go off the deep end after a Geelong loss. But I hope that we don't get to see that side of you over the next few weeks. I hope that Geelong does the right thing and you come on and you do your normal bit after a Geelong win. But if it happens to go that way, then I will look forward to that side of it as well.
I'll tell you what, if we did play Adelaide in the first week and we won in Adelaide Oval, then we lost another prelim, I don't know what I would do. That'd be the worst thing. I'm already out on Chris Scott. I've been very patient with him. He's winning. His conversion rate to prelims to grand finals is not great. He's only won one. I'm not counting the one he won early because we all know that was Bomber Thompson's team when he took over the first time. That was Bomber Thompson's team. I'm not counting that. My mum next door could have won the grand final with that team as a coach. So I'm not counting that. But his conversion rate is terrible. Ken Hinkley's been sacked because of his conversion rate. Look at how many prelims he's made, and he's been sacked. So if we lose another prelim, and he just signed. He's just signed to 2029. There's no doubt he's been told by Tasmania no, they want Buckley, and then he's re-signed. That's not hard. His heart's not in this club. Come on, that's just ridiculous. He was never going to sign with us if Tasmania said, "Do you want the job?" Never ever. They said no to him, and then he signed. Come on, please. Yeah. That's just the way it is. And if 100%. We lose another if we beat Crows in that first week and we lose to the prelim at home, that's it for me. He can go. He can absolutely take your puffy jacket and go down the road walking, pal. Because his conversion rate, he's only winning 20% from prelims to grand finals. He's only 20%. That's statistically the worst coach from as far as a conversion rate in the AFL. That's terrible, absolutely terrible.
So solution. Chris Scott is our regular season coach to get the home and away, bank the home and away wins, and then Stephen King comes in, or someone else comes in, or maybe Paddy just says, "I'll just be captain coach for 4 weeks. Don't worry about it, Chris." That's what we need.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind. No, I mentioned Don Pike last week, right? I wouldn't mind Sam Mitchell coaching us, to be honest. I think if Sam Mitchell coached us,
careful.
We'd be mungles. We'd be absolute mungles. You know that. We'd be mungles. That's what we need. We need we're soft. We've got a soft underbelly when it comes to these top 4 teams. That's why we lose all the prelims. We're soft. No one wants to make the harsh calls. Get Sam Mitchell and get Don Pike. I wouldn't mind Alistair Clarkson. He's doing shocking with that list, isn't he? Goodness gracious me! What a bum team that is.
Are you trying to stir me up now?
No, not at all.
Get Sam Mitchell, get Alistair Clarkson. Are you seriously? Maybe we should merge with Hawthorn, or maybe we should just, what else can you do to piss me off at the moment? You can't be serious.
Well, if you merge with Hawthorn, you don't have to deal with Hawthorn ever again, do you?
Well, it's like it's a Seinfeld episode where Jerry gets a pint of Kramer's blood. It'd feel a bit like that. It'd be horrible. You wouldn't want it. You wouldn't want it. Be with you forever.
At least we'll never lose to Hawthorn again in a grand final or anywhere.
We never would. And we still have beaten Hawthorn in grand finals. It does happen. We just got all the way back to 1963. So I'm secretly hoping.
Still not over 89.
I'm hoping they make it, and we have a chance to beat them. That'll be nice.
It would be nice.
Bring us home, Lucas, because I'm going to wind it up. But what do you think? Let's be honest. There's 3 games to go. Is Geelong going to win in all of these? And where do you think? I know you're threatening to take Chris Scott's head off if we don't win the prelim. But what do you genuinely think is going to happen with the Cats over the next month?
We'll win our next 3 games. Essendon basket case. Sydney are out of. They were horrible. They've checked out. And Richmond basket case. So that's 3 wins. The Collingwood and Adelaide game is going to decide everything. So if Adelaide beat Collingwood, we've got a good chance of going 3rd, and we'll play Brisbane. Because remember, Adelaide's got a better percentage than Brisbane. So even if Brisbane win all their matches, and if Adelaide do, that means we win ours. That means Collingwood's 1 less game behind us. So we go to 3rd, Adelaide 1st, Brisbane 2nd, Adelaide 3rd, Collingwood 4th. So I think that's going to happen. I don't think we're going to play Adelaide unless they win their first week. Yeah.
Worst case scenario is we have to play an interstate side away first week.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then we
that's
have
going to
to
happen.
we've got to get through, get to a grand final. We've got to go interstate again. So that would be worst case scenario. Yeah.
Yeah. Going interstate twice, especially if you lose that first week. Yeah.
I wouldn't feel good about that. I wouldn't feel good about that.
History says you don't do that. You don't win. You don't win any time. When did we won last year against Port, didn't we? Yeah, we won in Port, and then we lost the prelim at the MCG. Can't handle that again.
You had all your friends after the game singing the song. You got you had the videos going and all that. Look, I again hope we play Adelaide over there because I know you and Kyri will absolutely love it. And the city of Adelaide will just, there's a lot of Geelong supporters over there. So, and there'll be a lot of Geelong supporters that'll probably get in the car and do the 9-hour drive over to Adelaide. And we'll, Lucas's mum, if you've got a spare room, there's a lot of Geelong supporters that might want to crash. Lucas can show them a good time. It's fine. Sorry, I'm just stopping you in to be an accommodation provider, but it's hard to find a place in South Australia. So, do your thing, South Australians. Bring in, look at, especially Geelong supporting South Australians. Open your doors up, open your homes up. You got to get us over there because we got to support the Cats. We need 20,000 Geelong supporters to come across the border.
It's going to be tough when Qantas start ring up the prices, like they always do.
Gilmore's going to SCG. Gilmore's going to SCG. I'll be there too, Gilmore.
Oh, SCG. Okay, fair enough. Well. I really wanted to come today. So to Ben Harris, thank you. I did want to come, but I've got other things. That's really important. So like driving a car, getting a license, getting my P's. So I've got to save up money for that. So but don't worry if we do play Adelaide or Port Adelaide we won't be playing Port Adelaide. Unless
we won't. Sorry, Port.
So no, we won't be playing unless something funky goes on. Unless Adelaide have an identity crisis. No, we'll be there. I'll do the post game live. I could be in the full Monty, or I could be crying on my way home. Either way, we'll finish up in the casino. Not sure how I'm going to get in the casino with the full Monty, but. We'll be from the casino either way. But 3-2-1. So I thought O'Connor was good. So he gets my 3 votes. 2 votes I'm going to give to Brad Close.
Yep.
I thought he was great, and 1 vote I'm going to give to Stanley. I thought he was really good up until he got injured or whatnot. That's my 3-2-1 . But we'll see you next week. Who we're playing next? Essendon. That's at the Gab. That's at GMHBA.
Yep, Friday night, 5 days away, and 200-point win on the cards.
Well, we hope. Well, with their VFL side, we should do. I'd be pretty pissed off if we lose to them. Don't even bother having a post game live, Ben. Yeah.
Oh no! We absolutely have to have a post game. If we lose that, it's almost a must because people need to grieve. People need to. It's when you win, you're here to gloat, and we clearly started the show off tonight. Absolutely sticking it up Port. But if you lose, guys, it's a place where we all need to come together and just heal, and maybe even just vent a little bit as well, and bring the Dark Lord into our lives. Sometimes you just need a bit of Dark Lord in your life.
I'll be definitely venting if we lose to Essendon. May God have mercy on Geelong's soul if we lose to Essendon. Don't even think about losing to Essendon. I'm dead serious. Don't even think of it. You're gone. If you lose to Essendon, you're dead to me. So just beat Essendon, beat Richmond, beat Sydney. Then we'll see how we go. But like I said, I still think we're miles behind the top 3. I think if at this point, if we played Brisbane or Adelaide, we'd probably get absolutely belted. Hawthorn still scares me because you never know what you're going to get from them. They look good in that first quarter, didn't they? They look like world beaters, and then second quarter they felt like a pack of cards.
That's what they do, though. That's their whole DNA. They look good, and then for whatever reason, they just can't maintain it. So it's not a style that stands up for 4 quarters.
No. But before I go, that Ginnivan and that the Wizard Watson, they are embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. No wonder Collingwood got rid of Ginnivan. Flopping his head, Watson, flopping his head everywhere. Mate, they might as well be partners in the diving in the fucking Olympics next year. They might win the gold medal the way they're going. Absolutely embarrassing. Embarrassing, them two. And the AFL have the audacity to tell Bailey Smith not to do what he does. It's just a joke, those two players. Clown's world. They belong in the circus. Ginnivan and the Wizard Watson. Dickheads, fuck off to the circus. But anyway, on that note, that's a good way to end. I'll see you later.
Love your work. Love him. And he controls the off button. I don't hang up on him. He hangs up on me. It's the Lucas show, and it's just the way it is. So anyway, look, thanks everyone again for coming on. The chat's been awesome. We don't need the Dark Lord. Sorry, phony wizard. We don't need the Dark Lord. I can't even get the thing up. Everyone's chat's going on too quick. I don't mind a bit of Dark Lord, but I still prefer to win games of football. So I agree with you there. We'd rather not. It's been fun again tonight, Cats. It always is after a big win, after a big Geelong win, but it is Sunday night, and this boy needs to get some sleep. I need to go to bed because I've got a big day at work tomorrow, and I've got to rest and recover for 5 days' time as well. So we've got the Cats. We've got Essendon in 5 days' time. Paul is probably recording his reaction video at the moment. Most likely he's not come on. We briefly came on post-game live before, but it's probably because he is in his Ninja Turtle pajamas and doesn't like to be on camera when he does that. So he's recording that, and that will drop tomorrow morning, nice and early, I reckon, if he has recorded it. Because like me, I'm sure you're the same. You want to see all of his thoughts on how the Cats went. You can't get enough Geelong Cats content after a win. When we lose, I prefer to just push it off a little, maybe just later in the day. Maybe I need to get over it still. But we'll have that one nice and early for everyone. And Paul, you get a double dose of Paul on Monday tomorrow. He's got the Paul James show at 8 o'clock, unless he tells me otherwise and he chops and changes that time. So much, Paul. Come on, mate. All we want is consistency from you. Can you deliver it, please? We're nearly in September. We just need you to front up same time every week, please, if you can. That would be great. But no, he does a good job, and everyone loves it. So if you haven't been a regular viewer of the Paul James show on Mondays and Thursday nights, you're missing out on a bit of fun twice a week there. So make sure you check that one out. The chaps are back on Tuesday as well. I caught up with the chaps today at the Footy Man, Paul. Caught up with them as well. You may have seen them if you're in the Selwood standing room area. They're pretty much always there. Hello to Mrs. Botel, Jake's and Sambo's mum, who came down. I think that's your last name. I'm having a crack at that. I'm guessing that one. But thank you everyone who came along to the pre-game meetup as well. That was lots of fun. Thanks to Little Creatures. Well, you didn't do anything really. We paid for the food and you booked a table for us. But thank you anyway. You gave us a retweet on Instagram. That was nice. Anyway, that's me done, guys. Geelong winners by 88 points. Absolute domination at Kardinia Park. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. I enjoyed post-game live, as I always do. And I'll see you here next Friday night. Go Catters.
For the show, dropping pussy down facts, mitts, forwards and backs, representing G-Town while talking the smack, crashing backs like Patty, where the hell you at? Hoops crew are exploding, don't ever look back. Then we got Paul, yeah, he knows his stuff. He's a man, he's a myth, taking on the nuts. The man don't miss, he loves to react. His words cut deep, he's a counterattack. Paul's on fire, brings the mic to life. Don't fuck with B-Dog if you value your life. Oh, they fuck shit up, yeah, they run G-Town. The Hoops crew's here and they'll never back down. Jake, Johnny, Sambo, always rocking the game. Benny and Paul, man, remember the names. In the studio, Jake's bringing the noise. With Johnny and The chaps chat boys, hell electric, and they're ready to roll. The boys are on fire and they're taking control. With Caps and previews, yeah, they cover it all. Part of the Hoops crew with Benny and Paul. They fuck shit up, yeah, they run G-Town. The Hoops crew, baby, they'll never back down. Jake, Johnny, Sambo, always rocking the game. Benny and Paul, chasing glory and fame. With the sleeves, Max Holmes and Jack Bose. Tommy fucking Atkins, he'll break your damn nose. Stewie in the middle and Reese in the ruck. They see Big Jezza and they know they're fucked. They're the G-Town boys, go hard or go home. They're